Right.
Indeed.
1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. My name is Nick. I am our DM here for our Lavse campaign that we've been doing the past few weeks here. Just our kind of new campaign. This session we are joined by a new character. So I'm gonna put them on the spotlight for just a few seconds here to have them introduce their new character.
You're a cruel person. Putting me on the spotlight.
I mean, I can have everyone else go first if you want.
Oh man, I'd love that, but no, I'll just introduce myself. Rip the band-aid off.
Yep.
Social anxiety, go. The name's Grim. I'm gonna be playing Rolt. He was going to be a Reborn, but we ended up going with Warforged because he is an old soul possessing a suit of armor or Warforged body made from an old suit of armor. I don't think we clarified that just yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna move you guys to the map where you're meeting Rolt at.
He originally died way back in the Demon War, so yeah, he's not gonna really understand anything that's going on right now.
And he's not gonna be too happy.
No, he just kind of got killed and now's waking up. World's still shit.
Yeah.
Man doesn't get to sleep.
I mean,
not a good day.
Yeah, it's basically like you were like dead and then snap, and now you're here 500 years later ish.
Yeah. I hope no one expects him to know anything, because man, he's gonna know nothing. Modern stuff?
Nope.
But I'll be running an Ancestral Barbarian, or Ancestral Guardian Barbarian.
Okay.
Themed as a knight.
Okay, that actually is really cool.
Oh,
I threw the image up in the server.
Okay.
He's definitely forged in war, but he's not forged in war in the traditional sense.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the token for our new character there. I'm gonna just go down the list here for everybody. Corin, introduce your character real quick.
Hello, I'm Nick Jr., and as always in this, I will be playing Corin, a regular bird folk. Just a regular bird folk.
Yeah, regular. That's like gets more suspicious every time you say that word.
Yeah, it's starting to become suspicious.
Regular.
It's like, yeah. Yundak, why don't you introduce your character real quick?
Hey everybody, this is Lance playing the half-orc fighter Yundak.
Alright, and let's see here. Ruxoth, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh, that's I am Ruxoth, or Ruxoth. I figure out how to pronounce his name correctly. It's Ruxoth.
Oh, Ruxoth? Is how you say it?
Yeah, Ruxoth. You know, it's two parts.
Okay.
Okay, and accompanying with him is Zuria, his faithful Drake companion.
Okay. I am probably going to continue butchering your name, Ruxoth.
It's alright.
And
I'm
then
a butcher everybody's
the other player that we have on the screen here, who isn't currently with us, is Raphalor. We haven't heard anything from him.
So he's pretty much drunk off his arse again.
Yeah, he kind of got drunk in the mid-game roleplay, so we're just going to assume that he's still drunk until we hear from him or he joins us in the session here. And of course, our new character, Rolt.
Yeah. How much am I allowed? That's fair. I gotta ask, how much am I allowed to swear? I didn't think of asking this.
Well, it's been, over 30 seconds? by now?
Yeah, so I guess you can probably swear as much as you want. I feel like I'm probably going to regret this because I know what your
I just swear
experience is
like a
going to be
trucker, and
here.
it's hard to filter myself.
Yeah.
I just figure it's not real life race
Yeah.
or swords, like like
Yeah,
the
just
big
avoid stuff
no
like
no
that.
word.
Yeah. Avoid like big
Yeah.
no words
Oh
like that.
no, I don't say those words.
Yeah.
I just kind of swear like a trucker. It's in my nature.
Yeah.
I
mean, with like these videos that we end up posting, they get like at most 20 views, so they're not gonna be monetized to begin
that
with.
does
So,
matter.
like, if they ever are, I could probably try and go back and edit out all the swearing.
I'll get my own little bleeper.
Yep. I'd need to figure out how to use that, but
No, I'll get a little machine that hit the button and it bleeps. And instead of swearing, I'll just hit that.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd just be.
I forget to use it.
Just like you just have your character be angry one time and just like hold down the button to just have it keep going for like several seconds. That'd be.
404 Warforged DXE not responding.
Oh, yeah. Warforged.exe not respond. Oh, are you not able to?
But no, that's the joke of like holding the beep. It just kind of.
Oh. See, okay, so you do have control of your character here.
Oh, I haven't tested that.
All right.
Let me do
So
that.
now that we've gotten introductions out of the way, so the party, last we saw them, they were in the sewers, and they had just gotten on this kind of like minecart system to flee the sewers as they were pursued by a dragon. And after they lost the dragon, they eventually met up with some civilians and the NPC Lynn, who you guys had met in an earlier session, just to kind of a spy from one of the other kingdoms. And after meeting up with them, you are now just exiting the mine shaft system that took you through. And as you exit, you guys are sent out first to make sure the surrounding area is safe for everyone else, as most of the people who are with you are like squishy villager, citizen, civilian types. So you guys have been sent out, and as soon as you exit, you are greeted by this scene with a single very damaged cart by a fallen tree, with several bodies of elves and drow who look like they have fought something in the general area. By the cart is this set of dragonborn armor that, as you guys arrive, starts to stir to life. How do you react to this?
Rufo blinks and is like, "What the hell happened here?"
Not sure. While Yundak slowly pulls out his scimitars.
Alright.
Scimitars.
Ziria lets go of Rafo's foot because me and Ruxoth and Ziria were dragging him behind us. And after seeing this, they get ready. It's like, was this done by the infection or something else? He looks out to Barkov, the cat. Familiar? They don't seem infected.
No, I think
the bodies, do you want to like try investigating them? Do you want to try or anything like that?
I
currently think all of our eyes are on the moving suit of armor.
Yeah,
we don't know that point.
You don't know it's a Warforged. All you know, it could be a survivor to this battle.
Okay. Yundak is actually going to slowly move towards the suit of armor, actually.
But
As will
slowly.
Corin.
Also, I can't actually move my character.
Oh, you can't? Let me see here.
Nope.
You should be able... Oh. The hell? I
Oh,
thought
you're
I
on the measuring tape?
Oh, there we go. No, he just literally did not have access to his character. I thought I gave it to him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought I did.
You should have control of your character now.
I do.
Okay.
Okay, so Undeck is slowly moving towards it, and I would like to investigate.
Sure. Alright,
I
so
think it's
Rolt...
closer. Rolt will probably react, but if you want to investigate.
Rolt, you just... What you have... As far as you're concerned, you had just, like, got... I'm probably gonna say... your head hacked into with an axe, and you just woke up to this. There's a half-orc and a bird folk kind of standing over you, like kind of looking at you to try and figure out what exactly you are, and as you're surrounded by the dead bodies of elven and drow figures. Some of them look to be civilians, some of them look to be Lavse soldiers. Perhaps maybe some of the men who served under you. You don't really know.
Is there a weapon in arm reach? Is he basically like snaps too?
Yes. What is your default weapon that you have?
Longsword.
Longsword. So yeah, you have your longsword within arm's reach of you.
Okay, I got a 9. If that...
I think it makes sense because the moment you get within arm's reach, his eyes kind of light up a bright fiery orange, and his arm just immediately lunges the sword and points it towards you.
I immediately, in that case, I pull up to deflect it. To
He
deflect
doesn't go to hit you, but he like points at you to put it between. Like,
yeah, he's more of like letting you know not to get any closer. And I'm gonna say Yundak with the 9. As you're kind of approaching Rolt, you do see some arrows kind of scattered about, as if someone had shot these people.
Ooh. Can I investigate what kind of arrows they are? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna say, yes, you can do that. I'm gonna say, you're gonna be the last person I'm gonna let roll investigation, as Rolt has kind of come to life, and that is probably a bit more pressing than the bodies at the current moment in time. If you want to, if anyone else wants to try and do that after you guys talk to Rolt, or just kind of diffuse this situation here a bit, you can, but you're going to be the last one. I'm going to let roll for now, if that makes sense.
Oh, I'm currently look at whoa. Who are you? Whose side are you on?
Rolt's at this point looking around. It sounds like he's breathing heavily, but his armor isn't particularly moving. It's just kind of a strained sound.
Yeah.
The hell am I?
You look like a dragonborn in armor.
Oh, where am I?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear you in
Currently
that helmet.
Currently outside, well, the now ruins of the Lavse capital.
DM, can I look behind?
Sorry, what?
Can I look behind us to see if I can see a pillar of black smoke from Lavse capital?
Yeah, you can look behind you. It is very, very far in the distance at this point. But you do kind of see like the kind of like pillar of smoke from the capital. You remember from when you had traveled to the capital, from this distance you could see the buildings from Elfhaven, the capital, stretch into the sky from this far away. And you can see Skyhaven floating in the clouds from this far away. Right now, all you can see looking back is just that pillar of smoke and just the kind of slight glimmer of flames off in the distance.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I think it's just an epicenter of a big meteorite that struck it.
Yes, it's basically what it looks like, because Skyhaven just kind of slowly like crumbled on top of it before it eventually just. So yeah, it's basically what it looks like. Is just being hit by a giant meteor as like an entire city fell on top of it.
Undeck is while this is going on. Undeck is staring, trying to decipher what is going on with this Warforged.
But before we move forward, Rolt, you would know about the Lavse capital. As far as you know, that is Elfhaven. That has not actually changed since you have been alive. But from what you remember of it, it wasn't that large of a town, as it was kind of more of an emergency capital where the king and most of the resistance to the demon invasion had kind of gathered. And so, as far as you're concerned, you know about the capital. It was a relatively low populated city where mostly the royal court and some generals would meet. You don't necessarily have an idea of the scale of destruction that's happened here, but you would know that what they're telling you is a bad thing.
How aware of his own demise is he, or at this point it hasn't fully clicked yet?
Sorry, could you repeat that for me, please?
How aware of his own demise is he, or has it yet to have fully clicked yet?
I think he probably hasn't fully clicked. As far like you, I imagine the last thing you saw was probably like a demon or some sort of monster standing over you, hitting you with an axe or some other weapon, and then immediately after being hit, you wake up here.
Okay. He's just going to put a hand to his head and say, I don't know how hard I've been hit, but has
but
the
what?
war taken a bad turn? If it's gone this far.
War?
But war? I mean,
Yeah.
there was a war at the capital, but I'm pretty sure that's been settled down. I don't know who's the winner, but
And the king
what?
did kind of declare war on all places other than Lavse. Declare war on pretty much the entire world.
Yes, that is true.
In the middle of a demonic invasion. What?
What?
Repeat that.
Demonic?
Repeat that.
He's gonna slowly stand up and like dust himself off and start looking a little confused. How about this? I'm Rolt Elderscale. I'm the acting captain of Malgrove.
Yundak, you'd recognize the name of that city.
And it's like Undeck has this shocked look on his face. It's saying, Malgrove?
Yes, I was put in charge of the garrison during the war, which is where I was fighting, but I suppose I took a very large hit to the head and now my memories are somewhat muddled. How did I get all the way here?
Before anything that Undeck is going to look much deeper, maybe trying to get a sense of the magic, anything magical about Rolt. Do I have to roll?
You can roll for that.
Arcana?
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to see here. For
exactly how
roll
you-
for reference, Melgrove is probably let's see here. 120. I'm trying to figure out the distance here, but I suck at math.
The Demon War was about 500 years ago.
No,
remember-
like the distance, like how far he's ended up from where he last remembers being, is what I'm trying to figure out here.
Okay, so
Let's see here. But yeah,
Okay,
Yundek, go ahead.
got a 13.
All right, let's. Rolt, you are currently about 3,000 miles from where you were. There, give or take, like several miles. So you're very far away.
That's a problem.
Okay, so I got a 13. What does that give me?
With 13, I'd say you know that this isn't a dragonborn in that armor. More so, there's something inhabiting the armor that is magical in nature. I don't think you would know exactly what it is.
What kind of warforged? Unless. Holy shit.
Wait, Warforged? Ruxoth remembers a Warforged that they saw at the wedding, and he doesn't look anything like one of those things. But he turns his attention towards Rolt? Sorry, I'm bad with names, huh?
Yeah, he's looking at his hands right now, a little confused, just kind of studying them.
Yeah. Ruxoff says, you say you had a head injury? Maybe we should let our cleric take a look at your head? You know, like, take off your helmet?
Perhaps. I do remember taking a rather nasty blow, but maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Although ending up as far as I did, maybe I got thrown by some magic. I don't know.
I mean, you'd know that, kind of outside of Elfhaven, they used to bring soldiers back there to recover from wounds, as that was kind of one of the safest places for people to kind of gather, and that's eventually why it kind of grew to the point where it did, kind of the cultural significance of that. I guess you wouldn't know that too much, but you'd know that wounded soldiers used to be taken back there, so as far as you know, you might have just been taken back here to recuperate from your head injury.
Okay, and I can look at Corn, bro. You and I looked at Corn. You mind helping me? Something's going on. Something's odd going on.
All right.
Check the match.
Did you take?
Yeah, how tall is Rolf is? Is
well over 6 feet tall.
how tall is like? Give me a second. Description. Oh, he's a bit taller than me.
Yeah, Rolt's a big boy.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
Then
try to take off. Take off Rolf's helmet to see his head.
Rolt will try to help remove his helmet.
Alright, I imagine it's probably not, bolted on, so you just take it off, and there's like nothing inside. And
He's got the fiery magic in him.
Yeah.
That's about
Yeah,
it.
I was just speaking of Alphonse.
And Roll, you
Full-Metal
probably
Alchemist.
feel like as you take the helmet off, like you feel like your vision kind of move as if it was where your helmet was and not where you are. So that's probably
Put the helmet back on him and one of those. I see what's wrong here.
He's standing there silent and just kind of like touching his head after the whole vision thing, not saying anything. He's just gently rubbing his head.
okay, Corn. What do you think this is?
My best guess is he's died, but his spirit came back into this armor. That's my best guess.
That happened? he looks back at the
And it's-
living armor
I mean,
and
in some circumstances, it happens.
Rolls him in the
Looks like-
middle of removing his glove and just popping
especially
it
if,
off.
Okay.
As you kind of pop
Ah.
off your
Especially the
glove,
soul
there's
has
no hand there.
Ah,
especially if a soul
Captain
has
Rold.
yes.
Captain Rold, correct?
has unfinished business. I
I'm
haven't heard
afraid.
of anything with such a large jump with it, unless it was an intentional thing.
Something to
yeah.
think about.
Alright, so as you guys are talking to Rolt, Lynn, the spy who you had met in the previous session, is kind of coming up behind you and is like, yeah, this doesn't look too good. Is this area safe? Some of the people are starting to get a bit antsy.
Apologies. We just
Apologies
possibly
for
discovered an old
investigating the
soldier.
area.
Discovered an old
Yeah,
soldier
we
from the
found-
demon
found,
war.
From the Demon War.
And yes,
Walt
in
puts
fact,
his
a
hand
man
back
that
on.
apparently formerly dead, but now not so much.
Rold.
Kind of help roll to his feet.
Captain Rold,
Yes.
correct?
Yes. Acting.
I'm afraid.
Am I? I don't know.
Yeah, you
I'm
would.
afraid that-
As far as you're concerned, you're acting Captain Rolt. Yes.
Yeah, he's acting captain, but he's just like, did someone just say 500 years a couple minutes ago? So he's kind of having a bit of an existential moment.
Yes.
that would have been. I don't know if I said that in character or out character. I think it was out character.
Was it out of character? Then he
might still be having existential
I
crisis,
feel like
as I
if
said,
still
I see
having
what your
one.
problem is. You're dead.
Yeah. I would
dead.
say that if Ruxoth didn't say that in character, Lynn is probably maybe like, the Demon War that happened like 500 years ago. What the hell are you guys talking about? So Rolt, you would have heard someone say 500 years ago, I'd say.
Yeah, the entire suit of armor just kind of starts rattling.
Ruxoth looks over. Wow, that's something.
Is
yeah.
that guy friendly?
Depends.
That depends.
Are you superstitious?
Are you?
Uh,
I was about to say more. Where does your loyalty? Yeah, where did your loyalty lie during the Demon War?
To the people of the kingdom, I was standing guard and protecting Malgrove. What
Do you
happened
still
to the
uphold that
city?
even in this new era?
Sorry.
Small
What was that?
He had mentioned like, what's the state of the city, but the whole district said like, the same.
city?
I don't think it changed.
Malgrove.
and
Are you asking about Malgrove or Elfhaven?
Malgrove.
Okay.
Undeck will actually use this.
Malgrove.
Undeck will do this because he actually been there before.
Oh, be right back.
I'm sorry, but Malgrove is gone. It was a complete slaughter.
Oh, I suppose that aligns with my memories. Unfortunate.
However, has been a survivor.
Oh,
One survivor. Does the name Maldorm or Maldorm ring any bells?
Rolt, that would ring some bells. Maldorn would have been like your superior in the Demon War.
you mentioned they had somewhat known each other, but if I remember, the joke was Roltz kind of stands there like, wait, he survived. I guess I owe him some gold.
Okay, and yeah, that's going to be a lot more complicated.
I figured he'd die saving a cat from a tree.
No, he basically became a great hero. It is really complicated.
Yeah, just to
Like,
throw,
extremely.
just to kind
Yeah,
of,
there's
Ruxoth looks at Junzek. Which one? Are you talking about the... Give you a chance to set him up. Are you talking about the soul or the current possessed one?
Lynn just kind of looks confused at that. I just have like, something to add to Rolt's question there. Yeah, Meldorn is very popular, very well-known war hero. Like some people have like temples dedicated to him throughout the kingdom for his contributions to the demon war. They're like really weird temples though, since no one can really agree on if he was an elf or a drow. So it's always like a two-faced statue of him, half elf, half drow. From
He
the
was
temples
neither. The old bastard, one of my superiors per se, was a human. Most of the city was.
Lynn looks very intrigued at that. And do you have any proof that you survived the demon war or that Maldorn was a human?
The latter part's more on memory.
survive is,
Let me see.
and I think survive is kind of a phrase. I mean, from the
He's
sound of it,
basically a
he
suit of armor.
died, but his soul has been brought back to this realm in this armor.
He's digging through essentially everything he has on him to try and find proof of his military rank. Yeah, something. I mean, this is my background. It's the one time it'll be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ruxoth says to Lynn, there's an easy explanation for this. Wild magic! Just throws his hand in the air and does jazz hands.
Are you like saying wild magic is justifying how Rolt is here?
Yep.
Honestly, that is possibly the best explanation here.
He's not very bright, is he?
I mean, that might be a possibility, but it seems
Very much so.
directed.
My mother tells me about sorcerers who magic came from the Feywild and crazy stuff can happen. One time there was a sorcerer who died but made 2 wolves sentients, and they grew twice the size of what they originally was.
That is not a possibility. I just said it seems a bit directed for that.
Oh, wild magic. What are you going to do?
Again, it's a really big possibility. Even though I'm...
But should we really talk about this? Ruxoth looks around and seeing all the dead bodies on the ground.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
look at Rolt and go. Okay. We'll talk more about this later once people are safe. But long story short, an evil force basically just destroyed the capital of the kingdom, and we're trying to get survivors to a secure place so that they can live, survive, and then start hunting for the king, and trying to keep the world from ending.
Alright, what's the nearest reliable settlement then to rehome them? If you're moving civilians somewhere, you need to think in detail on that.
Well, anywhere not in this kingdom. That's an old term for states in the time period. I'm just trying to figure out what's the terminology, how the United States have states, and so anywhere of...
I mean, like, probably what you're thinking of is either, like, maybe, like, province would probably be, like, a general area. like a state.
Yeah, anywhere out of this province land. Probably out of Lavse province land. Probably
Well,
far
Lavse
north.
itself is a kingdom. Like there
there's
would be
the
like probably
there's
provinces in Lavse, but Lavse itself is a kingdom.
All right.
yeah, there's a fort, fort city. If you a day or two's march away from here. That's where
Yeah,
we're heading with people to try
as
and.
you say that, you notice that Lynn and Yundek have kind of like gone back to have a little conversation. Lynn just kind of like speaks up towards you guys. It's Fort Riverwatch. It's about 25-30 miles from here. Day or two maybe travel.
I
Yeah.
think we should go.
Fort River Watch to try and get these people to safety, and then start coming up with a plan to start stopping the end of the world.
And who said DM?
I did. Wouldn't Ruxoth and Zurian pass that fort, that river fort, because it is
it is kind of in the path to your home and the capital. Yes. So yes,
I would know where it is.
Yes, you'd know where it is. Yes, you've probably stopped by there. You know, it's kind of like a small fishing village, kind of by an old fort from before the Demon War, and you've maybe stayed there a little bit. It doesn't really have too much of like a formal inn. It does have some luxury cabins at the place, so you probably camped out by the city instead of staying there. But you probably stopped by there and know a little bit about the city and how to find it.
Yeah, he might go on there, especially if it's a fishing village. That there was river. What was it?
Riverwatch.
Riverwatch.
Yeah.
Riverwatch.
It's basically a small village by a fort, so it's just most people just call it Fort Riverwatch.
Yeah. Ruxoth explains, Riverwatch may be a good place because it is connected to the river, so people could get on ships and go to, I don't know, farther north by the river or something like that. But, it's a good town. It doesn't have an inn. They have these very expensive cabins you could rent for the night. They were a bit too pricey for us. He points to Ziria, who is gnawing on Ragflow's ear. And, I think it would be a good place, but, he's still looking at the pond. What the hell happened here? And he looks at Rolf and say, "Was this your doing?"
So are you just gesturing to all the bodies and asking if Rolt did this?
Yeah.
No, he stops looking through his arm like, no, I didn't do this. He kind of like looks around. I don't know what happened here. I only just woke up, which... Why are there bodies everywhere?
Okay, and now if anyone else wants to do a investigation...
I would!
You can. Yeah, I know you do.
Rolling. God damn it!
You know...
Yeah, I'm going to look around to see if maybe something's in the air, still in the area.
Alright, yeah, you go ahead. I'm gonna say... Yeah, roll for that. It'll be a bit easier, since you told me like what exactly you're looking for, but give me a roll here, and we'll see what you find.
21, since I have advantage.
Okay. How do you have advantage?
Racial thing.
Oh, okay, racial thing, yeah. Alright, so, with advantage, 21, you see that there is some old tracks, kind of leading off to the north, kind of towards Riverwatch. They look like old tracks, maybe 24, 36 hours, somewhere around there. Whatever's been here, it's been about a day, at least.
Ruxoth speaks up.
Any immediate danger?
There is no immediate danger, no. And I should clarify, the tracks are very tiny. Smaller than your average humanoid. Smaller than humanoid tracks.
Oh, where are these tracks?
The tracks?
They are leading to the north towards Riverwatch.
Can I use a nature check? Something to see what these tracks belong to?
Sure. You can roll.
But I do point them out, and I don't think we're in any immediate danger. Seems like whatever did this has
Why?
has left.
I did.
What's
I got a 5.
Oh, you got a 5. Alright.
Yes,
Could I give him help since I'm pointing out the tracks?
Yeah, I'll say, Ruxoth, roll one more time.
Alright, I swear.
Since, Corin's kind of helping you because he's found the
Okay,
tracks.
this is a bit better.
I would say with an 11, you know that it's definitely, like, a small creature. Definitely not normally local to this general area. Based on the... go ahead.
I just going to ask, like, how many toes, or the shape of the footprint. Like, is it humanoid, beast-like?
I'd say it's kind of humanoid. Based on the tracks that Corin has pointed out to you, you'd say maybe, like, goblin, kobold.
That can't be kobold. Kobolds don't wear footwear commonly. They usually have, like, they don't wear shoes because they're scroungers.
Well, these are day-old tracks, so it's a bit hard to tell if it is.
I know, just
Yeah.
but
yeah, it's like a small creature, most likely a goblin, as you said.
yeah, these are. Yeah, if I was a betting tabaxi, I bet these guys got attacked by goblins. Like, these are only tracks, or there was like a whole bunch of tracks.
There is. Let me see here. There is. Let me count to see how many tracks you would see. You see. Oh god, the lucky number. There is 13 sets of tracks leading from this.
Yeah, Ruxoth rubs his chin and looking around. And look at the rolls and wonder. I see. I think these guys got attacked by goblins out of the blue. And I'm guessing all the bodies are all picked clean of valuables or anything they could carry off. Like, he's gonna. I really hope this doesn't upset Corn, but he's going to go over here and check both of these bodies to see if any valuables were taken off of them, like gold, rings, or anything like that.
Yeah, you can do that. And as you're doing that, Rolt, the body that you're currently next to.
Yeah, he was gonna check and see how they were killed. Anything specific like that.
That's part of the reason why I was getting to you here. Is the body next to you? Well, most of the other bodies look like they have been shot with arrows, or basically like stabbed to death with basically tiny knives and short swords. This body looks like it has been burned with holy fire, and the entire body has been incinerated. There is still enough there for you to tell that it was once a drow, Looks maybe that it was definitely some sort of civilian, but whatever role they played in life, you can't really tell, as most of their body, their belongings, and everything like that has been badly burned. And it looks like it has been done by some, like, you would have seen wounds like this before, having fought in the war. This is specifically like something that you would see if someone was hit by like a holy weapon, like a paladin's smite, or some sort of like blessed sword or weapon. Generally, you would have seen this kind of wound on demons and monsters as your time in the demon war. It's a bit strange for you to see this on a humanoid creature, but you definitely recognize the wound for what it is. It just kind of stands out to you that it was like a paladin of some sort that did this. Specifically that
take
one.
his time studying it. Okay. Is the cart completely empty? Like, rated of everything?
Yes. The cart is rated of everything. It is currently broken, but I guess if you guys don't have any spells, you could probably repair it in, I'd say maybe like a few hours. Like, it's not that badly damaged. But
I do have mending.
yeah, if you have
Supposedly
mending,
We do
however,
need to get this cart up and running.
yeah, you could probably just cast that, get it up and running, put some of the civilians who need it in there. It's not going to be big enough to carry everyone, but it would be able
But
to.
it's enough to be able to get the wounded and
Yeah.
the wounded and elderly.
Exactly. And
So,
yes, I was gonna get to you.
oh,
So Ruxoth. I'm
yeah,
gonna
it's
end up,
much easier to say Ruxoth.
Yeah, Ruxoth. I'm gonna end up switching between the two pronunciations.
Yeah,
But,
it's alright.
Ruxoth. Yes, the arrows are kind of these crudely made arrows. For the most part, some of them are actually like decent arrows. Like, they look like they've been looted from like a local armory or some sort.
Oh, wait a minute.
Some are arrows that you have never seen before, but the tip of the arrow is gone. So there isn't too much for you to go off of besides
Like broken off or just vanished, gone?
I would say more towards vanished / explode. So
Oof.
yeah.
I think I heard these kind of arrows. I think they're called spell arrows.
Yeah, it'd be something like that, yes.
No, Roxoff's saying this. Looks like some of these guys got hit by arcane archer, I believe. They're like spellcasters, but with bows. Wait a minute. Roxoff realized something. Where the checks were heading towards?
They're heading towards Riverwatch.
Roxoff stands up and these are they. Oh no!
What?
The closest town might be overrun by goblins.
We need to hurry now.
Hold on!
What?
Oh.
What
We should
could there be over?
plan this before we go running off anywhere. We do have a bunch
Exactly.
of civilians in our care. I mean, I can stay with them and try and keep them safe while you guys scout ahead. I could take your brother Soren, help take care of the wounded, and you guys could scout on ahead. We could do that, and we'll try and stay a safe distance behind you. But
Sounds
like a
works
good
off,
idea.
whistles for Zuria. As he runs over. Yeah, let's scan out because we don't know the full story. If we go blazing glory into this, they might have captive civilians they could hold hostage. Or something. Or if there are any hostages, because
The
goblins are.
civilians,
If there are any civilians. Pretty much being arranged, I would know a decent amount about goblins, correct?
Yeah, I'd say you do know a bit about goblins. You've probably had to fight them before.
Yeah, they're scavengers, and they will eat anything. He looks at corn, and I mean by anything. So, if there are any survivors or not, just
besides Rolt, there is no other survivors here. Everyone has
no.
been
I'm talking about in the town. If it's overrun by goblins, there's probably a slim chance there are survivors.
All right, so this is Lynn's gonna speak up. We should probably get going then.
Yeah.
If there's any survivors, we'll have to try and do something and figure out what we're gonna do after River Watch. But I'd say you guys will have to figure out what you're doing. I have to report back to the FCA, the Free Cities Alliance, report what's happened, and see if anyone else made it out from the organization. But I will follow you to Riverwatch, make sure these people get to safety at least.
All right. Who's going to Ruxoth looks over to the? I'm guessing it's repaired by now.
Corin, do you cast mending on the cart?
Yeah, I start kind of casting mending on the cart, fixing it up.
Yep.
If I can get this up now, put this together, then we should have an easier time being able to carry carry those that are in need of it.
And one drunken Haragon. He points over towards where Rayflower is.
Yep, and we do have a few wounded civilians. I was on my own protecting all of them, so I couldn't save all of them. Some of them did get hurt. They'd probably all be dead if Corin hadn't healed them before we went down into the sewers, but I'm ready whenever you guys are.
Keeping people alive.
Alright, since we haven't heard from him, I'm going to temporarily give you control of him so you can... Oh, wait, did I give him... Yeah, I gave him to you. Can you move him around?
Who are you talking to?
Ruxoth.
No, now I do.
Yep. It just might have taken a bit to...
Yeah,
I'm just giving you temporary control of him since you said you're the one who's dragging him to the...
Yep, yeah, pretty much, it's kind of like, how drunkards are, they just go ragdoll, it's just like, trying to comedically push him into the car, it's like, come on, you damn rabbit, get in the cart! Face plants into the cart.
Just face plants in there.
No, Rayflower's face plants into the cart.
Rayflower does.
That's why I said. No, that's why I was saying, don't hurt him too much. We only have so much healing.
You'll be fine. He's strong. You probably won't remember any of this.
And
I guess
you're dragging them, right?
Kind of weaving my spells together and getting the cart functional again.
Yep, I'd say you'd be able to get the cart functional again. It's basically just a wheel has fallen off and some of the wood has been broken. So mending spell is more than enough to get it fixed. And is there anything that you're in particular looking for, Rolt?
I think it's just more he's just adding up things in his head based on what's been said. So I look to everybody's like, I don't think it's likely that a small group of goblins could take a town. So just in case, we might want to keep civilians much further back. They have a tendency to ambush on the road, so they could be waiting for another cart.
Yeah, I remember
True.
that.
Opportunistic
But then
nature.
again, if these are
But
counts
we
with
also don't want to
goblins,
have them. So don't want to have them too far away in case they decide to wait. Wait for the caravan behind. Wait for the civilians.
We could maybe just try and have you guys scout between hiding spots, and we'll go from spot to spot until we get to the city. I know a few spots. Ruxoth, didn't you say you know some places to hide between here and Overwatch?
well, if you go to one of the camping spots I spend the night, it might be a good spot. It's usually within the small patch of woods. It'll make good cover if we get some tarps.
Yeah, let's go there, and we'll just try and have you guys
I'm gonna
scout,
try and,
and we'll go spot to spot.
All right,
All right.
follow me, everyone. Who's pulling the cart?
Give me a investigation check. Or investigation
Why
or
would-
perception for that.
All of us?
Are you asking me
all
to
of you.
roll a perception
Yeah,
check
all of you
to see
all of you roll perception or investigation real quick.
who's going to pull the cart?
Just roll it for me, please.
All right.
21
Okay,
again.
nice.
All right.
I
The reason-
continue to see everything.
Oh, I didn't mean
Alright.
to roll. Advantage. Whoops.
Uh,
9. Regardless.
All right. I'm sorry about that, Ruxoth. The reason why I had you do that, Corin, since you rolled the highest in the distance, you see kind of a horse just kind of sauntering around. It looks like maybe the people who had been killed here had let it go from the cart as they were being ambushed. So it's like slowly kind of wandering its way back towards the cart, but it still kind of kept its distance with all the noise that's been going on since the attack. So there's a
Alright.
horse that you guys could very easily try and get.
Yeah, I
the
will
cart.
move towards the horse while. Let's see. Let's see, where
Whoever
is
has the
it?
best animal handling might be the best.
+3 and
You know what?
proficient.
I'll turn into a horse and go towards the other horse.
Okay, that works. So you're.
Because I can wild shape.
Yep, that's gonna be fun. Alright, so Corin, you're a horse now, and you kind of go up to this horse. Do you say anything to him, or are you just a horse?
I go
or-
kind of. Hey,
Sup?
I could use some help. There are some people over there that you need. Yeah, they're trying to get that cart moving to get some wounded people safety. Do you mind helping out with that?
What's in it for me, brah?
Food, some sugar cubes, maybe.
At the word sugar cubes, the horse is like, sugar cubes? You got sugar cubes,
Oh.
brah?
Not on me, but I'm pretty sure we can get some. No, I could get you some. No, when we get them to town.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh,
Persuasion.
Yep.
21.
Sounds good to me, brah. Half the time,
Huh.
these guys didn't feed me. And it just kind of saunters off towards the cart.
It's horrible.
I know, right, brah? I mean, why don't you... Are you gonna help, or... What's up with you, brah? Why don't you pull the cart?
I'm needed for another task. Task.
Well,
Helping to clear the way, make sure that Yeah, and nothing attacks the group.
More food for me, brah. And the horse just kind of walks up, ready to be attached to the wagon to pull it.
I'm never going to get used to seeing druids doing that. Pretty much everyone that saw horns turn into a horse and hear nay, nay, nay.
Lynn's gonna walk up to you
And
and
you
just be
hear
like,
kind of nag chuckle when I hear that, because even though I'm still a horse, I still understand every single word you're saying.
Lynn is just gonna lean over and he's gonna be like, "Trust me, I've met like dozens of druids in my time. You never get used to that."
Yeah, honestly, I've never seen that much druids. Druids, actually.
Yeah, my mother is somewhat a druid. She knows druid magic to grow some herbal plants for village. But let's get to the camping site I used a couple days ago, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Transition!
Did you say intermission?
No, transmission.
Oh, transmission. Okay.
You know, like, the Batman logo will go
What do you mean
with the troll
transition,
squad.
not
transition, yeah.
transmission?
Yeah, sorry.
transition.
Yeah.
All right. So, you guys are gonna head over to there. Eventually, you do get there without issue. You kind of slowly creep like hiding spot to hiding spot towards the city of Riverwatch, unless there's any objections to that plan.
Literally,
None for me. Do we need to roll stealth check?
Sorry, what was that?
Do we need to roll stealth check?
No, I'm gonna have you roll a dice though in just a little bit here.
Hold on.
Oh, boy.
You said something?
He just seems content to follow along quietly, but he's watching the surroundings very intently.
Yeah, I imagine Rolt would probably not know what's going on, but he knows that there's civilians that need protecting. So
He's in soldier mode right now.
yeah.
Does he have his shield, by the way? I forgot to ask.
I'm gonna say yes. He did actually wake up with the shield.
Nah, he probably found
probably
that.
does. Yeah, he
first
probably
thing.
found that like maybe before he died, and then like shortly before that, and then he had all his gear with him when he woke up, and that's how we find him.
Wouldn't the shield and sword be basically pretty old? It's 500 years old.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, the shield is
Rust.
magical, and the sword, is probably the sword is just a normal sword, right?
Yeah, it's just a normal sword.
So it's probably just been replaced by a newer model of sword, basically. I don't know how much Rolt wants me to say, like, why he's here and why he's ended up here, but there is a reason why he'd probably have a new sword. And look presentable.
Rolt doesn't fully know it himself, so...
Yeah.
He's just going over in his head trying to think of different ways and reasons. He has an idea, though.
I mean, Okay.
Yeah, what kind of armor is Rolf is? Like, is it like plate mail?
Rolt. What kind of armor are you wearing? I know it's like full body armor because it's basically your body, but
yeah, statistically he's not wearing armor, but he's essentially full plate, like just complete full body armor suit.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how that works with your class. If it still is, one in the Discord.
Yeah, it's basically it's his skin. Is the way of looking at it. So it doesn't count as armor.
He's not using the Warforged integrated armor to add to his body. He's just as default, or his default.
Default, yeah.
So it's his armor classing is 10?
His armor class is really high.
No. Let's see. I think your armor class is like 18 or something like
that.
Nope. 16?
No, you're going the wrong direction.
20?
I think you said 20 before.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it was 20. Something like that. But yeah, your armor class is high since you have armor for skin.
He is a walking metal suit with a shield. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
just kind of there.
I mean, I'm not particularly familiar with the show, but I think there's like a character like that in Full Metal Alchemist.
Elfan Elric from Full Metal
Oh,
Alchemist.
Yeah,
yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist. That
Yeah,
guy.
I made that reference already.
Yeah, imagine that, but with a shield and a sword, and not
Yeah.
a bolt.
Okay,
That's
so
basically
pretty
what
much.
he is.
Actually, that's almost essentially what he is. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. I mean, I've only watched like an episode or two of that, so I thought of that earlier, but that's like the best comparison I think I can make to what you are.
Yeah, it is probably good. But let's continue. I was just trying to figure
Yep.
out.
Who do I want to make this role? All right, who is taking point?
Well, since I was leading them towards the town, and I was trying to get the civilians to that little camping site here, Ruxoth and Zuri used a couple days ago, so probably me.
Yep. Then I would like you to roll me a flat d20.
Okay, that's 15. Not bad, not good, but it's not bad.
Not bad. You're not ending up in the random encounter that I had prepared that was massively over level for you guys. So that's good.
Prize and not being able to combat.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Don't kill
Who
me.
said not combat?
What? No.
But you metal trap.
Oh, okay. So you guys, I just need to mark down what your result here. 15. I'm not gonna move you guys there yet. But Nick Jr., when I do say we move maps, it'll be the map that starts with 15.
Nick Jr., I'm...
No. Oh, he's a DM for this, so when we transition maps, I have to tell him. Otherwise, he won't. He won't.
Oh, okay.
But
All right.
So Ruxoth, you're able to lead the party most of the way to Riverwatch before encountering any form of trouble. I'm going to get the party gathered up here, so I can just copy your guys' things over. Raffalor is going to be on the cart, probably still drunk. But as you eventually find kind of a road towards Riverwatch. You're very close to the city now, maybe just a few miles away. This is when we're gonna transition maps. Nick Jr.
Okay. Okay, so
you are going along this road. Further down, you can see some fallen trees, kind of blocking the path. But other than that, you don't see anything in the immediate area.
So while we're approaching the city, did I notice anything unusual, like smoke or?
Let's see here. You wouldn't see smoke, no. You can probably see like the roofs of buildings very far in the distance, but you're not. It's a small village. You're probably not going to be able to see too much detail from where you are right now.
Okay.
So at least there isn't any indication that it's on fire and has been razed to the ground, at least. So,
okay.
At least as far as you're aware, it's still standing.
Yes. Okay, so...
Alright.
So the civilians that were traveling are at the camping spot Ruxoth and Zero camped a couple of days ago, correct?
Yes, they are camped over there where it's safe. They might have moved to a different spot, and another hiding spot, but I'm gonna say it's the campsite that you had, probably the closest to the city, so that's where they're currently at.
All right.
They are safe, and kind of as you guys are coming up on onto the city, this kind of roadblock on the road, you are going to see a single elf kind of in amongst the logs here, who looks very beat up but alive.
Is he pinned under the logs? Or
Yes, from where you can see, he does look like he is pinned under the logs.
Yundek is going to look around to see if there's anything around.
Same here.
All right, give me a
Perception?
Yeah, everyone give me a
As
perception.
will I
Yeah.
and Nick. As will I and Cree.
This
Son of a...
stream.
All right, so
Nat 1.
Okay.
10, 12. Okay. Nat 1, 14.
15 for me.
Yeah, Nat 1. I'm gonna say with a Nat 1.
And 19 for Cree.
Okay, 19 for Cree. Oh yeah, your bird. I keep forgetting about Cree. With 19.
Yeah, I listened to my Raven can look around as well.
Yeah, roll for your Drake too.
Yeah, I was just about to
Yeah, she can
try
fly,
and find
right?
it. But no, she can't fly yet.
Okay, then no.
I'm looking at her.
Yeah.
Let's see what. No, she doesn't have any perception check unless I control her.
I'm gonna say for a Nat 1, she's probably bit you and distracted you. So neither of you are able to really keep an eye out. But with a 19, Corin, you're is Cree able to communicate with you?
Yeah, we have mental communication.
Cree, with a 19, is going to report that they see movement in the trees to your left and right along this path. They aren't able to see exactly what's there, but there is something in the trees waiting for you. As the elf kind of starts to call out, "Help! Anybody! Help!"
And whisper to the others, "It's a trap."
Ruxoth looks over after he brushing his tail. And kind of looks like, yeah, this is obviously a trap. Ruxoth snapped his finger.
On both sides. And they're in the trees on both sides.
Ruxoth looks. Ruxoth got an idea. What if these are chicken goblins? Ruxoth will pat on Zuri's head. Oh, it's dragon time. He said that in Draconic.
Oh, okay. He's telling your Drake to pretend to be a dragon, basically.
Nope. Going to use this. And good thing he has a mother of a dragon, so he knows how to make that call. He's going to use this spell. He's going to use this spell to amplify, making the most realistic dragon call roar.
Okay. This the loudest north. Okay, if you get a spell, you can have up to 3. Okay, so you just kind of give out this massive dragon roar.
Yeah, like a green dragon roar. Like it's really pissed off, like somebody just stole her child or something like that.
As you do that, you definitely hear a lot of rustling amongst the trees. And... hold on. I just got a message from John here.
Oh, that's good.
All right, so he might be joining us in just a second here. But as you do that, you hear a lot of rustling amongst the trees. And
So
I'm
I
gonna
was just trying
reveal-
to intimidate the goblins to fall out or flee.
Yep, that's I know. I know. I'm just with all the rustling, you can see immediately to your left. There's a few goblins kind of hiding amongst the trees, and I am going to make a roll here.
Guys, a lot of creatures will tell you they're a dragon. That's to intimidate. So if goblins see Zero making this sound, they'll think, "Oh shit, that's a real dragon in disguise."
All right.
Yeah.
So with how they rolled, the goblins immediately to your left, like jump down from the trees and flee.
Yundak
You
actually
hear?
smirk.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yundak smirks and nods at Ruth at his plan.
Actually, Ruxoth, could you roll me 1d4, please?
1d4.
Yep. Just okay.
More.
You do kind of hear the scurrying of feet further ahead, which you imagine is more goblins fleeing from the scene. But as that happens, they realize that their trap has been sprung. So the rest of the goblins are going to kind of rush out and reveal themselves.
Well, at least we scared off a few of them. Plan did somewhat work.
It did somewhat work. You did
I
scare
suppose
off
so.
a good chunk of them, at least.
Yeah.
But as the goblins come out from their hiding spots, their leader is just going to say, "Nice try, you little shit! We know a spell when we see one. At least most of us do. I've been keeping an eye on you this whole time. There's some idiots think that you actually have a dragon with you. Doesn't matter. More loot for us. Unless you're willing to pay the toll." What's it going to be?
Technically, the rumors are somewhat true, but we don't deal with murderers.
I haven't murdered anyone yet.
Oh, really?
What
We found the massacre by the cart.
Well, it's a damn shame.
And pretty much, I found your guys' track. You're
Well-
pretty much a bad liar.
I never claimed to be a good one now, did I? But I'm going to give you one last chance. 25 gold pieces each. We'll let you through. No more trouble. No questions asked. Now,
Which one of the goblins are talking?
the one that's right above the elf.
I see. Give me a second.
This goblin is currently holding what looks to be some sort of glowing blade.
Does the blade look
Ooh.
familiar as to something that may have been stolen from a certain cart of things from a place you might remember?
Yes. Roltz, you vaguely remember this blade belonging to the cleric, one of the clerics in your garrison. So this
alright.
blade has probably was shipped along with you towards the capital. You remember You probably don't remember the name of the guy. You maybe only spoke to him like once or twice, but you remember the sword.
Yeah, he'll kind of step forward. As if no one stops him, he's gonna step forward. So
Someone's
DM,
going to stop.
DM. If a goblin does anything to the elf above him, Ruxoth's going to take a shot at him, at the goblin.
All right. So we have Rolt kind of approaching.
he's gonna.
Ruxoth about to shoot the goblin.
Um,
Corin Yendak. You two, are you guys going to do anything?
No, hold on. We don't want to mix. We don't want to have there be a massacre between them. We don't. Do we really want to actually be defeated by these guys? And he points them to the goblin. By the way, what do the goblins actually look like? Do they look really
okay.
spread?
The goblins. I'm glad you asked because there is actually some details I should let you know to warn you what to expect here. So they do look like, for the most part, they do have kind of cobbled together armor and equipment. For the most part, they're mostly armed with knives and bows. Besides the leader, who does have that kind of holy blade that used to belong to a cleric from Melgrove. But most of them do wear kind of this blue crystal on their belts. And they do kind of have like a faint magical glow around them. Which is really the only thing I'd say is kind of out of the ordinary for these goblins.
Ruxoth looks over to Jundak like, the goblins, they're like, not as bad as kobolds. But...
I'm actually saying this sarcastically.
Yeah.
And Rolt's just kind of stepping forward, like, I have a counter offer, sort of deal. But no one else wants anything. I'll say
it. And what's your counter offer?
You stand down, give me back my soldier's blade, and I won't send you back to whatever hell I crawled back out of. Roll intimidation if possible.
Oh, okay, yeah, roll me intimidation.
He's a big, scary, pissed off armor that was empty earlier when they searched him, so, I don't know, he's up and pissed.
Yep.
He's awake and angry.
From his 500 year nap.
Rolling pull, that's moderate.
15, okay.
I don't think I have anything I get bonus for that.
Let me see. Okay, they're not gonna do very well at this. /R.
Of course not. They're goblins. What do you expect?
Hey, in that 20, there's a brave boy in there. Matched by an absolute coward.
So at this, this goblin who's very sure of himself a moment ago kind of looks a little less certain, has literally like most of his goblin buddies just kind of bolt off into the forest. One of his guys does kind of stay with him and just like holding on to the goblin next to him, keeping him in line too. And they kind of move in flanking positions behind their boss.
Oh no! Now we have to worry about 3 of them. And Yunak actually gives out a little sadistic smirk. All right. What shall we do?
And then the goblin kind of pushes the elf forward a bit. Fine! But you have made some dangerous enemies today. The Grossbach goblins are not easily pushed around. We will be back in greater numbers next time. You have been
Wait.
warned.
Roll
Oh, good.
gestures
We'll have
to
more to
him.
barbecue.
Yeah, roll gesture to him. The blade, as I said.
Okay. You,
He'll
are
take
you
like
trying to...
another step forward, like just he looks intent to retreat because he's starting to clue into what happened to him.
Yeah. Look. I got this blade fair and square.
And
They've
square my
skipped-
fluffy rear end. You saw
Murdering
No
that-
one
That's
was
all
using
makes
it. They were going to put it in a museum.
Ruxoth looks over to Rolton and... that explains something.
Yes, and you
Yeah?
killed a bunch of innocent people and took it. Fair and square indeed. So maybe I should pay you back for what you've done, tenfold.
And at this, Undeck is actually going to conjure a little small, fire and point it right towards the leading goblin. I don't think you have. I think you're little. I don't think you have much of a choice.
It just
It's either
hisses.
give
The
it or
goblin
die.
hisses at you, throws the sword at the feet of the elf in front of him, and him
I
and
thought it
his
was a dagger.
it's kind of like a short sword.
Oh, okay.
It's a short sword that has 3 charges of smite imbued in it. So it's like a magical
Oh.
sword that can cast first level smite 3 times.
It's a beat stick.
Yep. And the rest of the goblins run off into the forest before the boss, who is the last to head off out of sight. The Brassbach goblins. Remember that name. We'll be back.
I've already forgotten. And Roll just turns to look at
Does it
everybody.
say
and
frost
shrug.
grop or grass grop?
I
Let me
don't-
type it out for you. Gross.
And after they leave, I do kind of move over to the wounded guy and put my hands on him to heal him.
Thank you. Oh yeah, he's
So yeah,
Back,
he's full
guys.
to heal back up to full.
yeah he's at full.
Because I am healer.
Thank you. They dragged me away from the cart. They were gonna use me as bait. They were debating on whether or not to use me bait for some sort of creature to hunt or to try and get more travelers along the road. Clearly, they decided to try and trap you guys, but I'm just glad that they didn't try to feed me to some creature. I would have been dead if you guys hadn't come along.
You're lucky.
Yeah. And I kind of look at a roll. And by the way, what's special about the sword?
He's picking up and looking over. It belonged to someone from the city.
Oh,
One of the soldiers, a cleric.
the guy seeing like Rolt's up and moving is like, "Hey, that's an antique, sir. What the hell are you doing with that armor on? It's supposed to go in a
Roll-
museum."
He
Head
is
off.
the antique.
Yeah, Roll just pops his head straight off and then puts it back on.
Hey, ghost! Could you just like not inhabit the armor that I was going to put in the museum?
Considering you robbed the grave of me and my men, I'm pretty sure I have the right to inhabit my own armor.
Hey, it's archaeology. If we're just gonna put it in a museum,
Is that what I call grave robbing now?
we were going to put it in a museum. We were going to
Doesn't sound like
charge
there's
2
much of a
copper for everyone to come see. We're gonna have an exhibit on the demon war. We were just gonna try and make some money in the capital, teach some people about history.
I think that's kind of
Um,
a bit impossible now. The capital is nothing but a smoldering crater right now.
What are you guys talking about?
Skyhaven
There
fell.
wasn't a
Alderman is back.
Aldorm.
Aldorm is back.
So that's the so another dark war has come across the land? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yeah. I'm guessing
Basically.
history is repeating itself again.
And Rolt, this means nothing to you.
He's standing there confused and just pretending like he understands at this point. But if I
I'll
pretend to
look at-
understand, eventually I will understand.
Yeah, it's
I
going
thought
to be shocking.
I thought Eldorm was killed for good the last Dark War.
That's debatable.
Well,
We
how long has he
practically
been
saw
dead?
him.
You saw him, and
We saw him.
he
Yeah,
just kind
came
of
out of a portal.
he.
Probably he escaped from hell again. Who knows?
Doesn't seem to be that hard, I suppose.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
quick question.
Hold on. Ruxoth is asking me a question.
Yeah, who is the ruler of hell, in this universe? Is it Asmodeus, or is it something else, like a entirely different god of hell?
It would
Like,
be the normal D&D god of hell. It's probably
So Asmodeus.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Asmodeus must have been bribed or something.
Oh, who said that he went to hell?
I mean, that's what everyone says. I know it's more just like a rumor, the thing you tell your children, but it's kind of been the accepted thing. I've only been around like 200 years. I guess there's a lot of people who know better than me, but do you think he'd be anywhere else if he died? How many people has he killed now? He's been almost as big of a threat to the kingdom as the Demon War was.
Oh, no, I was talking about him. I was talking about him here, and I kind of pointed to our new friend.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
talking
kind
about
of.
him going to.
I think we're getting
going
distracted,
hell, like-
guys. What's the deal with the goblins?
I don't know. They ambushed us on the way to the capital.
What about the town of Riverwatch? What's going on there? Are they making base there?
No. We avoided the town. Bandits. There was some sort of slave revolt there. The slaves turned to banditry and took over the town. Last we heard, the last of the citizens were holed up in the local barracks for the militia, and the bandits had taken over the old fort. It's a mess.
Not good.
One
Jeez.
thing after another. Great.
Well, I thought it was the goblins took over. Well, that's... I don't know if that's better or worse.
Oh, it's worse.
Worse.
We heard rumors that the bandits might be in league with the goblins. Or at least there's some sort of uneasy alliance between the two groups.
Uneasy alliance. Yeah, seeing how easy we scare them off.
That we're going to need a plan.
The guy kind of chuckles at that. You guys didn't quite tell me your names yet. My name...
your first corn?
Oh no, that was me. But you guys go. You can go first as I name this guy.
Name's Ruxoth, and this little drink is Azurian. Azurian barks, like in a draconic way. It's saying hello. Oh, Suprema said hello in draconic.
Oh, okay. Well, is anyone else going to introduce themselves to this guy?
I'm not Yundek of Varland.
it's nice to meet you, Yundek. It's nice to meet you, Ruxoth. He kind of looks back to Corin and Rolt. He's gonna. Oh, my name is Raitana Zolbert. Sorry, Raitana Zolbert.
Rictana Zolbert.
Head of the Zolber Museum. And he just
You
kind
know,
of awkwardly extends a hand to shake.
Would that
Literally
museum
anyone's hand.
would that museum happen to be in the capital by any chance?
It was going to be. Me and the rest of my business partners, we saved up for years. Buy
Oh, I
the
hope you
building
have.
in the capital.
I hope you had insurance on that place.
What's insurance?
What's insurance?
Oh boy.
I'm pretty sure
I
insurance
hope you
would
get your
exist
money
in this
back.
world, especially if we have trains.
Yeah.
If we're
Probably
doing
the terminology
trains.
hasn't been invented yet, but
Oh,
uh,
I mean, no, I didn't buy any sort of protection for the building. We could barely afford the property as it was.
Well, now there
we
isn't a
did-
property by the sound of it, so.
We did.
Dark.
I mean, we technically didn't have rights, and he starts kind of backing away from the living armor that is Rolt. We technically didn't have permission to kit our artifacts from.
no, you guys did do
Malgrove.
grave robbing.
It's archaeology.
Rolt raised his hand. Would you know where my identification is? I've been looking for it, and honestly, I'm starting to think it
Oh,
was
when the
taken.
goblins took me, I pocketed it. Just
Rolt
in
holds his
case.
hand out.
Yeah, I'll give it back. I'll give it back, and he just kind of hand shaking offers it to Rolt.
Rolt takes his hand when he takes it and leans in. Rolt Elder Skill. I was the acting captain of Malgrove. And then he takes his badge and lets go of the guy's hand.
Okay.
So goes towards to the archaeologist and, hey, buddy, pretty much the goblins are probably telling us what happened. Going to tell their bandit buddies what's happening. So I'm going to tell you where the camp of the other civilians we rescued are. He points to the direction and looking for a certain landmarks, like if the tree and all that.
Yeah, I think you give him take a left by the forked tree, and then once you reach the Silver Lake, take a right or something like that. You can probably give him directions.
Yeah, I just
like
gave
that.
him the directions to the camp.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a lot safer there.
All right. Yeah. I can go there. You guys wouldn't have a few gold to spare. The goblins did kind of rob me blind, minus the identification.
Gloves on your back.
Here,
I give him 10 gold.
I'll give him 14.
I give him 10.
All right, so he's gonna have 24 gold. Okay.
Y'all got money.
Yes, they do have
you
a
have
lot
no-
of money.
Considering
no
I
clue.
have, 700 gold after that, yeah, I got money.
If you watch the last session, you'll figure out why.
Yeah. Well.
Just hurry up before you get captured again.
All right. Yeah.
And before you go,
If you
have you encountered any ruins, place that seemed like a medical facility in your
medical
travels?
facility?
That
No.
kind of, and I kind of,
Apothecary?
to the best of my kind of to the best of my abilities, try to explain the place that we're trying to find.
Just I think, yeah. I haven't been there myself. I heard there was some strange ruins over by Riverwatch, but I know some of my associates found something like that elsewhere, but they never told me where exactly. Maybe you could check the ruins over by Riverwatch. Maybe that might point you in the right direction, at least.
It's a start.
Alright.
I know that's
Yeah.
that's where those goblins got those crystals of theirs. I know you
What
guys.
is
Tell us
crystals?
about those crystals.
Yeah, what they exactly do?
Are you guys familiar with the those like green cloaks that the Lavse soldiers wear nowadays, with the
Kind
magical
of.
shield? That
Yeah?
it's basically like
And
that,
those-
not as strong. It's basically just a little like shield. It makes them. It doesn't take much to knock them down, but it's
Shield gems, gotcha.
yes, it's yeah. I guess that's a way of looking at it. It's like kind of a magical shield generator. You just hit them a few times and they'll go down, but it's
It'll go back up.
not from what I've seen. It's more of it'll stop whatever hits it the first time at least. It mostly just prevents you from outright killing them in one hit.
I see. Ruxoth is starting to make his way forward. Come on, guys. We're kind of wasting time here.
All right,
Right.
I'll
Let's go.
if you guys find anything in ruins, let me know.
So you can steal it.
No, I maybe someday I can buy it from you. Put it in a museum. I
I
might.
think he's wanting more be able to research.
Yeah. Well, more study. Maybe put it in a museum. Charge people an entry fee.
Words of advice, buddy.
I-
Don't try to steal from a dragon.
I haven't.
Even though they
sealed-
have a lot of relics and artifacts and from the past.
And as part of those, I think survival is a bit more important than,
Hey.
trying to survive the apocalypse than right now trying to make money.
In my defense, I've really only dug up past battles of the Demon War. That is my area of expertise in terms of history.
All right, grave robber.
I'm
Box
not
up,
a
box up.
grave robber. I'm an archaeologist.
If you do
Say
get
it
permission,
with
you're
me.
technically a grave robber.
Archaeologist.
If we were in the city, I could technically arrest you if, well, city still existed, but that's besides the point.
Get going.
All right,
Still
I'll go.
tempted.
Just remember my offer. Any artifacts you don't need, I'll pay you
Ruxoth
for.
shouts over. We'll keep it in mind.
And
go
Raytana
keep moving and go.
kind of just runs.
We could use him in the future if we find something we need identified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
kinda reminds me of my aunts.
Useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we got civilians to survey. Do I have a hairball in my mouth? Ruxoth kind of slapped his face. We got civilians to survey. Save!
Yeah.
Alright.
We have bandits on one side and
I know,
goblins
but
on
it's
the
just
other.
talking
Yeah.
about
The bandits are more of a pressing issue, guys.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'm
they
just
probably
thinking
are.
ahead in the future.
Yeah, I mean, gold.
Yeah, we're not out. We won't be out of the woods once we get Riverwatch under control.
Yeah, we could do
There's
some
still,
free shopping on the way.
apocalypse happening.
Yeah, I mean, Roll, you don't really know anything about the apocalypse. How do you take this talk of their apocalypse going
He's
on?
just probably standing there like, the burning city was pretty apocalyptic, so he's like, it's good to see the world has still gone to shit in 500 years, I suppose.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh, well, it got better for a while.
I've
Till
yet
King
to
Fulbar-
see-
got to shit again.
Honestly,
I think
King
that's a
Fulbar
ridiculous
just made it
thing.
worse.
We'll tell
And
you everything.
Roll, you wouldn't know that name. When you were alive, Fulbar was Prince Fulbar, 537 years old, and kind of an asshole. Somewhat, you know that he was close to Maldorn and helped him become a general, and that's what you would know about Fulbar.
Okay, yeah. After we get to a certain, after we possibly either get to a safe point or get free River Watch, I think we should tell you what's been happening.
I'd appreciate that, seeing as I suppose I now need to walk the world and whatever undead have to do.
We can
He looks a bit
bang
exasperated.
on that.
So much at once. His mind's been overloaded.
Yeah.
You know, we are traveling with an Aetherborn. Emphasis on once, but yeah, let's focus on getting to the town.
Yeah, you guys are just having this conversation as you're walking, I imagine.
Yes.
And eventually you do manage to get into the town. Just give me a minute to get your character models over there. My god, this did not not paste over very well. Nick, it is the Riverwatch map. But you guys eventually do reach the town. You do kind of see some houses here. However, a lot of the windows and the houses look to be broken. There is currently no sign of anyone living here. It looks like there hasn't been anyone here for a few days at least. And kind of in the center of the city is a few kind of as you
Humans?
approach. Yes, as you kind of approach, you do see a few humans that are actually hanging from some lantern poles.
Oh,
So
these
they've
are
been-
dead humans.
Yes, these are dead humans. They look like
Oh.
they have been hung. And there is on each of them is a sign written in Elvish. You would have to
Okay.
get closer to read what it says.
Nope, I don't know Elvish.
I actually know Elvish, so Yundak is going to walk up and read the sign.
It is
I also know Elvish.
okay. So the two of you who know Elvish, basically the sign just says, see, it says, "This is the punishment for revolting." Is all it says.
Oh,
In Elvish.
I can't say anything until you guys tell us what it says.
It says, "This is the punishment for revolting."
Hey, slavers turned bandits. That's worse.
How much does Roll know about the slave thing? Because you mentioned it was very different. I just don't remember the exact detail.
Ruxoth
knows nothing about the whole slavery thing.
Ruxoth looks over to Rolt. Hey, quick question. Were you a Dragonborn when you were still alive, or were you a human?
Dragonborn. He gestures to the tail and moves it. Seems I still have that at least.
Yeah, quick history lesson. Pretty much when I'm guessing Prince Fulbar became king, he pretty much have every single human imprisoned in chains, so they're kind of like on the shit list.
Oh, so his personality was equally foul. Okay. Didn't
Yeah.
change. Really, nothing's changed. This is... you work as
Yeah.
a soldier all your life. You give your life for the people, and you wake up and nothing.
Yeah.
Uh,
This is like you've woken up and found out the biggest asshole you know of has become king. And, like, probably as terrible as the things you've seen so far are, probably doesn't surprise you that much that he's done something like this.
No, if
Oh,
he
it
could
gets worse.
look, like, exasperated and just dumbfounded, he would. He's just kind of staring in the distance now.
It gets worse. Well, It's a really long story.
There's more? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
what's this
yeah.
focus
If
points
it's
is?
in this 500 years.
Whatever cruel joke this is that woke me up, it's not funny anymore.
They get
But
it. Wild magic.
as you guys are kind of, oh yeah, you can look into the broken window. Or what are you looking for?
Just see if it looked like it was ransacked. It like
It is look like it has been ransacked. It actually looks like it's been ransacked twice. Like
okay, so given the fact me and Zuria did pass through this town, we did went into this town for a bit. What was the general population of this town was?
General population was like the same kind of population as most of Lavse.
So there were more elves than
yes,
humans.
There's more elves than humans. Well, I guess
And
maybe
these-
not more. I'd say the predominant population was elf, drow, and human.
Okay,
So
so these cabins are rental cabins you told about.
No, those are further to the north. This is actually the actual like city itself. These are kind of the houses of the local inhabitants, like the local families.
I say we should head to barracks to find this resistance. To find the resistance.
I thought the civilians were hostage in the barracks.
No, let's see, who was it that told you about? Was it
Midas?
The archaeologists?
the archaeologist? Yeah. He said that the families were holding up in the barracks with the militia. So basically, they're with their with any soldiers that are in the area.
Let's head to the barracks. See if we
Is
can get
that
a full story.
wise?
And
Well,
kind of as you
I'm
guys,
just going to throw this in the air. He points to the dead human bodies. How they... Are we going towards the slavers? Are we going to help slavers or...
Of course not.
I think we need to
And
kind
as
of get
you,
both sides.
as you guys are kind of debating this, you do hear some the sound like a hustle and bustle, like kind of talking back and forth as you see some figures kind of enter in this town. You do see some what looks like humans with some weapons they've clearly looted. These kind of look more like bandity types. In the center is a woman who is dragging an this elf kind of dressed in more fancier clothing, and they're kind of dragging him towards you guys. And then the human woman in the center of this, who seems to be the leader of this group, is says to the guys in front, "Cut him down, boys!" And they don't. They are going to approach, and then they start cutting down the humans that are hung.
So they're not attacking us.
They're not attacking you, no. They do approach significantly closer, and they don't really notice you guys until they cut down the first group of humans. Boss! There's some people here!
He's not an elf. He's a half-orc. As Ruxoth, gets behind Judah and puts his bottom lips down his tusk.
So...
Wait, who said
you're
what?
kind of... What? You're kind of skinny for a half-orc. I've seen half-orcs before. They're usually bulky. You might pass off as an elf.
That's
the human woman is gonna kind of walk up to you guys. So, what side are you guys on? It's a
Depends,
simple
really.
question. What side are you on?
We're on the side of not everybody being consumed by tentacle infection.
Rufus kind of shoulders Corn. not that one. We're kind of a neutral party. We were just passing through here. We were trying to escape the capital.
As you say that, she just kind of like nods to the two guys the closest to her. And they are going to move forward and cut down the other two humans that have been hung here. And the guys behind her are dragging a elf between them, and he is just kind of fighting them the whole way. He's just like, help, help, help! And then they just kind of, he gets like a punch to the face for his troubles, and they kind of gag him.
Quick question. Do I recognize this woman by any chance?
Give me a
History check?
Yeah, a history check, since it's kind of what you remember from your visit here.
19.
Yes.
Was she a slave?
Yes, she was a slave. In fact, she was a slave to the governor of the city.
And when I hear any, disturbing stories like she was one of those, how to say this, a pet?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but you definitely have heard some horror stories of how slaves are treated in this city.
Yeah,
but that's kind of the same situation for any city you've been in Lavse.
Okay, Ruxoth looks over Jundex. So wait a minute. I think I know you.
Yes, I think you were. I think the governor said hi to you, and you might have stopped over at the governor's house maybe once or twice. You were traveling through to the capital, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, wedding with turned pear shape. Okay, I guess he's going to squint his eyes. Crimson Eye? No, I'm not asking if she has Crimson Eye. I'm just seeing if she's part of a cult of the Crimson Eye.
No, my eyes aren't crimson.
Ruxoth looks over to Quan and gives a thumbs up. She's good.
All right.
Sorry about that. We
answered kind of question before. We're currently on the side of people not getting infected in this world. Yeah.
I just elbow Corn. Shut up.
You keep talking about this infection thing.
It's nothing. Our druid friend is kind of a, how you say germophobic, but let's talk about what's going on here. Like, last time I saw you were kind of the governor's, how to say this, pet? Or something like that?
She does not take well to that.
Okay.
I just heard the rumors, ma'am. I just heard the rumors. Alright,
she is going to point her glaive at you.
I'm not with the savers.
Repeating that.
Okay, seeing this, Yunek actually pushes Ruth aside gently and said, "Apologies about my friend. Apologies about my friend here. I'm assuming you're the one in charge."
Yes.
I mean no disrespect, man.
She kind of like glares down Ruxoth as you try to say that. She's just trying to look intimidating at you. I'm not gonna have her roll for that, so I'm not gonna do that against a player, at least not yet. So she just kind of glares at you, turns back to Yundak, kind of puts her glaive down to her side, and she still kind of looks angry at the whole pet comment. And she's gonna reach out, kind of like shake Yundak's hand, and she is gonna say, "My name is." As soon as I pull up the thing here, my name is Doriana Riverrose, the 23rd. You just would. Did you Did you tell me your name?
I'm Yundek. I'm not Yundek Farland.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Yundak Varland. As I said, my name is Doriana River Rose the 23rd.
Why are you making?
And the elf in the back, who's kind of like broken free of his gag, is like, her name is Bella. Don't listen to it. And then the humans in the back just punch, like beat him up a bit before she raises a hand to stop them.
step this. This doesn't get myself.
Quick question. This is in character to her. Is he a slaver?
Oh my god, dude!
He's Governor Rivers, my
Ah.
former owner. What do you think?
We just have a very, very crazy last few days, huh?
We're talking about
And-
bro.
Well, he may like to call me by a different name. He knows very well
Well, he was
who
talking
I
about
am.
this shit like 2 years ago.
And I'm sorry, I don't think I have properly introduced myself. And Rolt. Can I get a history check from you, Rolt?
I can do that for you.
Yes,
That
because
is-
you would be the only one who would have any idea who this might be.
All right, let's give this a good old 1, 2, and click. I said click.
Oh,
Okay. Rolt,
relate.
upon hearing the name River Rose, you kind of call back to your previous life before the Demon War. Well, you hadn't really been to Riverwatch before. You wouldn't have been there before, or very often at least. But you would have known kind of the general history of the kingdom. Not the kingdom of Riverwatch, the kingdom of Lavse. You would know that this city. You recall that the River Rose family used to be the people who ran this city. Like, this city used to be run by humans when you were still alive.
Ha. Roll gestures to the elf. Did he mistreat you in any way throughout?
Of course he did.
Pretty much all humans were mistreated badly.
And besides general mistreatment, he denies knowledge that my family has a right to his position and that he stole that from us. Weaseled his way in when the soldiers came to put my family in chains all those years ago. I may not have been alive to see that, but my ancestors were. We have not forgotten. He lived through it and claims to have forgotten it. For that crime alone, I'd say he deserves death. But that is a personal vendetta.
Is that very necessary? DM, what was her name again?
Doriana.
Miss Doriana. Death is kind of a bit too good for him. Would you say?
She seems actually like genuinely taken aback by that. Like, that's not the response I was expecting from you. I was gonna go into this whole speech of you should look around you and see what he's ordered.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to see, he's a very bad guy.
Yeah.
And that is kind of like an easy get out for him.
Well, so you
Did
guys
he order the sacking of the city?
No. He's the one who ordered these people to be hung. These are the few people who didn't revolt, who didn't want to join in trying to gain our freedom. For that, he hung them as an example. To us,
So,
Just get
try and get us
here
to
for a sec.
disperse. Go back into the fields as if nothing had happened.
Excuse me.
I say killing him off would not solve anything. But, quick question.
Right for your
Are you
loss.
guys allied with goblins, by any chance?
The local goblins, the yes, the Grassbach goblins.
Yeah, are they your guys' allies?
It's allies, such a strong word.
Acquaintances?
I
Or you just the enemy of my enemy is my friend?
yes, that's more of the case.
We
We
kind of pissed them
don't-
off.
Yeah,
More like we scared them off.
that doesn't surprise me. They're easily frightened. Bosses,
Goblins.
but, well, even with their special protector shields, they're still cowards. Well,
Wait,
yeah.
protectors?
Yeah, I was waiting. I thought you caught on to that. Yeah, they're their boss or something. Grossbach. He claims he studied under some group called the Protectors or something.
Wait,
Is it-
what?
What?
Yeah,
That goblin knows the protectors.
their boss knows about the Protectors, or at least their big boss does.
Oh,
there's
their
a-
big boss.
Yeah, they're a
Oh,
big group. Grossbach, nasty little piece of work, but he did
got
help
a bit of
us
temper.
secure the town. You can't really miss him. He's like wearing like full armor, paladin armor, like kind of full plates. He does have some sort of like broken shield thing around him. He claims that he got it from one of the bodies of a protector, but this means nothing to me, really. I just know he has some faulty shield thing.
Do you know where they are? We need to action.
Yes, quick question. Are your people holed up in the barracks, or is that the elven population holed up in the barracks?
That would be the elven population.
Ah,
Some of the militia, mostly families, women and children.
ah.
What do you plan on
Slavers, all
doing
of
to them exactly?
We haven't decided yet. Of course,
I mean-
the parents are guilty, but the children, we can't really blame them for our predicament, can we?
Yeah. Here's a question for you. You're not going to execute the parents, are you? Because that won't solve anything. That will just sow for more seeds of hatred within elves, and you know how long elves will live. If they can't take their revenge on you now, they're probably will take on revenge on your next generations, like King Folbar did.
Yes, I'm aware. The guy who literally stole this city from my great 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 great
5 hours later.
great 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 great
why don't you
grandfather.
just say ancestor?
Yeah, that would have been
I
faster.
think with that many greats, that would have been just ancestor would be better.
Well, as she's doing that, she's like counting it off on her fingers, like the full 23 generations. So, yeah.
I think after 10, you just go ancestor.
Fair enough.
Rupa is gonna raise a finger. You know, I may have a suggestion that may solve all of your guys' problems without any bloodshed. Pretty much, most of these elves are guilty of, wrongfully enslaving you all, correct?
That is correct, although that terminology implies that there would be a rightful way to enslave someone, which
I think you
I'm
need
not-
to forgive him. He doesn't seem that smart.
But
He's trying.
my point is, killing is bad and all that. So instead of, doing the same thing to them, just let them leave the city. Just let them go. Just give them a card and let the elven people go, because
and let them bring,
just be the bigger person.
and let them bring the Lavse army on us.
What Lavse army?
Lavse army is kind of destroyed.
Oh yeah, the capital's got nuked.
It's gone.
The capital is just
What
a
is a
smoldering
nuke?
crater.
Yeah, what is a nuke? You heard of a Skyhaven? The big floating island?
Some of my
Yeah,
family
Rufo-
was sold to slavers in Skyhaven.
Yeah, Rufo points to his fist. This is Skyhaven. He opens his palm to gesture what the capital of Lavse is. And he just smash his fist into his palm. That happened.
Can't say that I'm particularly sad about that. I hope
I mean, there
humans
was a
got out.
casualty.
I hope that the humans got out at least. But
Maybe.
Sort of, but not in the good way.
and
You know why I said Crimson
Maybe
Eye?
if not.
Yeah, some of your brothers and sisters may have joined an evil cult.
oh,
Well, there's,
that
like,
Crimson
cult now.
Eye. Roll.
It's a kind of
hold on.
cult that wants to, destroy the world.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks
I'm
like
gonna
more
say-
things have been added to the list. It's like, great. There's a
Who
cult.
said it? I was gonna say that you've probably heard of this cult.
We didn't know it was relevant.
They were back then as well.
Yeah. I think what you would have known is that you had heard rumors about such a cult. Being active around your area in Malgrove. So you just know that they were some cult that had sprung up during the invasion. Besides that, you wouldn't know too much. Besides that their symbol is just kind of this red crimson eye.
I guess reiterate that if asked about knowing of them. And just shake his head.
Okay, but hearing this, so pretty much news from the capital hasn't reached this far yet.
No.
That would mean... Oh boy.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about the armies either. We saw some soldiers heading up north towards Felheim. I don't know what happened to our accent there. Yeah, but and we heard rumors from the locals, the elves at least, that there's another army heading over to Varland.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rufo looks over to...
Last
Zindak.
we heard, King Fulbar declared war on the world.
Yeah,
It's traveled this far already?
Yeah, he did kind of do that. He's currently being puppeted by somebody who's part of the cult that wants to destroy the entire
Not
world.
the Crimson Eye, the one you know. I think there are two Crimson Eyes, but the point is, King Fulbar wasn't being puppeted, but, you've just heard the stories about him. Being a royal jackass of a kingdom.
It's more than just mind-controlled way to puppet somebody. You could stroke somebody's ego to puppet them.
That's what it means.
It's out of character here. I'm gonna say there is only one cult of the Crimson Eye.
He's just taking what
the-
everyone's saying in the moment. Just
I thought there
thinking,
were
like,
two
wow.
Crimson Eye cults. They're
yeah. Oh,
they're
yeah. I'm
like
just
on
saying
the
you still
two sides
said
of
yeah.
coin.
Yeah. Oh, I guess in a way, sort of like there's the cult that is kind of the like recruitment arm of the infection, and then there's like the infection proper. Like it's more of like the cult is kind of like the hordes of minions, and then the higher up infection is the like puppet masters kind of controlling everything. If that makes sense. So they're kind of like the same group, but
Two
oh
sides.
yeah, it's like yeah, two sides of the coin. Like yeah, so they're not like two separate cults though.
So Rufus clapped his hands. So, what can we help to get these get the innocent elven families to leave this town? Yeah, because I believe killing the evil slaver elves won't solve anything, especially if those have families.
Well, if you can convince the elves to let us leave peacefully as well, we'll let them leave. But you need to convince them of that, and then call it even. And me and the rest of the group here, we were planning on heading over to Varland anyway, trying to avoid the army that's about to invade. But we think that maybe Varland could use a few more swords. They've always fought for the freedom of humans. So.
May we borrow the governor, because only way they won't let us strangers, talk to the rest of the elven poppers, but he might.
Yes, please. I'll help. The humans just kind of beat him up some more. That is out of the question.
Well, let me ask you: you think the elves are going to trust, or their governor? He gives a gesture like, "Really?"
She is just glaring at you because I know she's like glaring at you. She's like she knows that you're making sense. Like what you're saying makes perfect sense, but she doesn't want to do that, and she's trying to decide between like
I think I know what
revenge. Like this is revenge for crimes against like 23 generations.
If it helps, I could. Hold on. If it helps,
just more.
Let Jundek speak.
Yeah, let Jundek speak.
If it helps, if I tell you that if you tell that Jundek has sent you to if you tell Varland that Jundek has sent you, they possibly will allow you to help even more than you could, even more than you could without.
Maybe. Corin, what did you have to say?
Which is more important to you? Vengeance? Being able to make sure that you and your men get out alive and well.
Men and women. We have a few women among our number too.
Children?
Yes, man is still just a broad term. I didn't mean anything sexist by it.
It's fine. I was just giving you shit.
He's a druid, so he's.
You're asking for a lot of me here. More.
How about this?
You know.
You still have a grudge against
make sure that your men can get out of here alive. To help you. You do.
Let me ask you this. I keep forgetting her name.
Doriana. Here, let me move her
Doriana,
back. Can you
Doriana.
guys see the nameplate of her?
No.
Now,
No.
well, I can see the nameplate.
Oh, okay.
But
Let
then
me,
again, I'm the DM.
Let me see what I can do here to make this visible. Oh, okay. Player permissions. See. Okay, now can you see it?
Doriana. Yep, now we can see it.
Okay.
Doriana River was
23rd.
22nd.
23rd.
23rd. I thought it was 22nd, but okay, I'm going to say this to her. Now, Dorian, here's an idea. Pretty much, he did steal from your family, and given the fact he's an elf, he has a huge debt to pay off.
Mm-hmm.
So, why not have him work for you?
Are you suggesting that I keep him as a slave?
No. Just give him minimal wages like a fair person would gain. Treat him as an equal. He kind of looks out as a governor because I know this is pissing him off.
The governor is like, "Are you kidding me? You want me to?"
We're supposed to
another
make a rude
flurry of
gesture of.
blows just like knocks him down before he can really protest anymore.
Would you prefer death?
And at that, Doriana is going to kind of hold up this little like reddish orange bead and gestures.
What's that?
Gestures for the rest of her group to kind of fall back. I could always use this
he's gonna-
governor.
Wait! We need him alive! If you want us to get the elves to leave you guys alone, we need him alive, please! You're better than this!
And she just calmly puts it in her bag or back on her person somewhere. Take him now. Can't stand to see him in my sight anymore.
Very well.
And who wants control
Syria
of this
goes
guy?
over.
I
Yeah,
will,
that's-
but I'll do it with roughly.
Yeah,
Doesn't-
you have control of him. And Doriana is going to gather up her men.
Oh, I was going to do something. I was
Yes.
going to, before she leaves,
Yep.
Rufo's going to gently put his hand on her shoulder. Your ancestors would be proud for your action today. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy you being the bigger person here.
She just lets out like
He gives her like a kind of a happy, like it's kind of like this emoji, this icon,
yeah. I know,
like-
yeah.
gives him that her look like.
She's like pissed that this guy is going. Like, you're doing a good job of convincing her that she's doing the right thing here. And she generally doesn't know how to take this. Well, I'll be at Fort River Watch if you need me. I can't
course,
stand to look at this thing anymore.
Rufo,
Bring the bodies with us. We'll give them a proper burial at the fort. And
Ruxoth
saying,
bows to her like, as you wish, Lady Doria.
thank you, Ruxoth. And she kind of leans in.
As they take the bodies away, I will do a quick prayer for them, hoping that
You
their
can do
spirits
that.
return to the. Yeah, kind of showing my support. My way of support since I'm the holy nature man.
Yep. Ruxoth, before you walk off there, she's gonna grab you by the shoulder and kind of pull you in.
Oh,
When you're done with him, if he were to happen to fall off a bridge or meet any kind of accident, there's 50 gold in it for you. Then she walks off to join her men.
Did anyone else hear that?
No, it was just you.
50, so 50 gold, eh?
Yep.
Rufo walks off to the governor and looks him dead in the face. You know, I just pretty much saved your life from a terrible fate. You know that?
His response is to just spit at your feet. Like,
And Rufo flexes his claws out. You want me to claw your pretty face?
ooh, you're worst. It's
I give
bad
him a
enough
slap
I
across
was
the face.
captured by these lowly humans.
Okay, after
I'm
hearing
being
that,
rescued by some non-elves.
Eudex needs him.
You do realize my
by-
drink is right behind him, right, DM?
Yeah.
Can she bite him in the ass?
Yeah, she can bite him in the ass.
Not enough to do any actual damage. More like a comical, you know, like
Yeah.
ouch!
Yeah.
And is that the
Ah!
time that I'm slapping face?
Roltz, how are you reacting to all this? Since this is the whole slavery thing in the kingdom is new to you.
He's processing. Overall, morally, no one's done anything wrong around him right now, so he's not really. I mean, the man's not being killed, so he doesn't need to speak up. And
Yeah.
he's still trying to understand everything. I don't think he'd personally agree with slavery, so.
Now, listen
mean,
to the
if you guys hadn't talked them out of it, Doriana and her friends were going to hang this guy. So.
or blast him with a fireball.
Yep. That was, thank you for noticing what that was.
Yeah, I guess we're going to be seeing it a few times.
Familiar with the necklace of fireballs.
Yep.
Or a ring gem.
Yeah, the ring gem
Now-
is how I've reworked it a bit.
Yeah,
So I do have some models that have.
was I
Okay, go ahead.
given Doriana did say I met the governor a few times, I would know exactly his name is, correct?
Yeah, his name is. Everyone refers to him as Governor Rivers. Is what the name that you would have heard him referred to by. Let me make sure that you guys can actually see his name real quick. There. Yeah, it's just Governor Rivers is the name
Now,
of him.
Governor Rivers, we pretty much saved your life, despite, you know, your attitude. Can you do the right thing and just let them go? Because
Why
you pretty much
should
over...
I? My
Because
duty as a governor requires that I inform.
Your duty as a governor is to help your people.
Yeah, technically he
according
is.
If
to
you want
the
to avoid
king's
more further
own-
bloodshed,
According to the king's
the king has
own
gone
laws.
mad.
Torrent!
The king has gone mad and is under the influence of somebody who wants to destroy the fucking world.
The governor
I
is
think
like.
You need to follow your duty of protecting people now, or else I will shove a fireball up where the sun does not shine.
Oh my God. Roll intimidation with advantage. Roll intimidation with advantage there. That was great.
I thought most druids were peaceful, loving folks. Jesus! I mean, by Bahamut!
21.
Yeah, that's a 21.
The dice agrees with you.
Yeah, this guy pisses himself at that.
There years back, like, okay, don't get the owl angry. Gotcha.
So,
Um,
I decided to look.
he's gonna like try to bolt, but I imagine like Korin and Yundak just kind of
And
very
Zurya.
easily.
And Yundek is going to look down at Governor Rivers and reply in Elvish, I would not piss off the bird folk or me. And but
Yeah, he like tries to bolt and he probably like runs into you right before you say that.
and Yundak pulls out a scimitar, puts it right in his neck. So be a good governor. So be a good governor, and listen to us. Understand?
Oh God.
Rupert going to pull some rope out.
Oh.
No, it's not what you're thinking.
Well, I know what you're doing. You're gonna tie him up.
Yeah, tie his wrists together.
Uh,
Now,
That-
Governor, be the bigger man here.
he's
I think
just
it's
gonna
more
like
about-
he's like trying to back away. But
Zuri growls.
Yundak and Korin, give me a strength check. Both
Oh,
of
Zuri can do the strength check as well, but give me a second.
you. Yeah, I guess the four of you who are adjacent to him, give me a strength check.
Hold on, where is it?
Roll just speaks of like, I think it's more about being smart. 'Cause
Uh-oh.
honestly, they seem set to throw you into the
Strength
river,
save,
and
not
at
a
this
strength
point, I
check.
don't feel
There-
like
there's
Yeah,
stopping
just
them.
a strength. Yeah, strength check. So just like
That's sort of. What the hell?
0.
Hold on. That's not right.
Yeah, no.
1d2. Let's see. It's a 14. I don't know why it's not showing up as a 0 on there.
Oh, okay.
It's a 14.
Okay, yeah. So 14, 7. Yundak,
Yundak, you
you
rolled
need
strength
to
save,
roll.
not
Yeah, you
strength
rolled
roll.
a strength save, not a strength. Okay, yeah.
strength?
So 14.
Wait, I'm supposed to roll not strength save, but a regular strength?
Yep, regular strength.
Okay, my bad.
Well, should Rope be helping too? I didn't.
Do you want to try and restrain this guy?
Okay,
Do they look
15.
like they're struggling?
No, not at all.
Then
Yeah,
he'll
pretty much Zuri is on his back, like.
I guess actually, looks like Korin. Korin kind of struggles a bit, because of the 7, but Yundak and Ruxoth and
Zyria.
oh,
It's
okay, Zyria. Are you trying to hold
she's
him
on
down
his-
too, or?
Yeah, she's pretty much on his back, getting ready to bite.
Okay, so yeah, they've got him held down pretty well. Both
Yeah, he'll just
Yundak
watch his
and
own
the
stuff.
Drake have rolled higher than him. So
Let's get to the barracks, guys.
the little Drake is kind of like digging into his shoulders as Yundak kind of holds him down, and Ruxoth gets the
Rope.
rope around him.
From his
And-
backpack and tie his hands together.
Okay.
He ties his hands behind his back. Just in case.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the barracks. And pretty much, sir, as much as I want that woman to kill, but killing won't solve anything. We got bigger problems to deal with, and so Ruxoth's gonna. I guess since I was been here, I know where the barracks are.
Yep, you know where the barracks are, and I'm about to.
All right,
move you
Ruxoth
guys.
starts walking with the governor.
And
To the
I'm
barracks.
gonna copy and paste you guys over there. You guys are. It's the untitled one right before NPCs, Nick. Because I just added the map here. I need to move you guys back a bit because there is a wall. So as you guys kind of approach this barracks, it's just a simple thing. It used to be used as kind of some sort of ceremonial gathering place, which is why there's a fountain in the middle of it. But it's just like a simple militia base. There's nothing like too fancy about it. Like the inner structure is made out of stone, but they have thrown kind of this wooden palisade around it at certain points to kind of keep the river from flooding it, as the river has kind of slowly encroached upon the structure itself. The entryway, it's just the bridge, and it's kind of blocked off by some kind of carts that have been propped up there to block the entryway. But so far, you don't see anyone inside. I want everyone...
DM, Yeah, DM, can you have the governor and me in front? So
Yeah, I can do that.
yeah, pretty much. He's going to talk. Okay, look, we just want you to let her people go, and pretty much you'll have the city back. They get to live. You guys get your city back, and you keep
nobody
your eye.
has to die.
Okay. You promise?
No one needs to die. You know,
As
no,
long
Lord Druid, you're kind
as
of
long
the
as you up.
As you
yeah.
guys.
Rufo is going to walk.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Rufo is going to walk with the governor because, given Corn's mindset right now, he's going to look over to Jindak. Can you make sure he doesn't do anything rash or say anything bad?
Who goes there? You hear from inside the fort, and you see some guards kind of prop their heads over the wooden palisade with some crossbows at the ready.
We come in peace. We come in peace. We save your governor from a. Well, let's just say he was almost got fireballed to death.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Why don't one of you and the governor come to the bridge? And let's talk. We'll figure something out here.
That'll be
The rest of you stay over there. I mean, you guys can hear us from all the way over there, right?
What do you think?
That's right.
All right. Well, just one of you come up with the governor. No one has to get hurt.
Since Rufo has the rope,
Keep people from getting hurt. That's why we brought him.
Rufo is just going to keep that to himself.
All
All
right,
right, we will come up, including my Drake.
I've given you control of. You should have control of government.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What were you saying, Rolt?
I was offering to take him up because, undead armor. He gets shot. It doesn't do a whole lot right now.
That is true. All right, stop right there. Who are you? And why did you have our governor?
I am Ruxoth. Ruxoth. I'm from the forest north from here. You probably saw me a few times passing this town.
One of them kind of like ducks down down on the palisade as one just kind of keeps the crossbow focused on you. And you do hear like whispering back and forth, like. Yeah, some of the people confirm that. Hello, Ruxoth.
It's nice to see you elves are doing well. Now then, there's the humans from the town are willing to leave you guys alone if you guys do the same. They're not staying around. They're going to be leaving right now. But they ask, in return for keeping your governor alive and safe, is you guys don't go after them.
The guards at the door kind of exchange glances. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Hey, Ruxoth's going to pause. Do you guys have a captain who swear under oath they won't go after them?
I'm trying to remember his name.
We hope Ruxoth had met him.
I'm just going to use a placeholder image for this guy because I don't actually have a player model for him yet. But another guy kind of goes up and stands on top of the one of the wagons blocking the entryway here, and he has like a cane and he's kind of like slowly going up there.
Wait, he has a cane. Do I recognize this guy?
Yeah. Give me a perception check with advantage.
But do you actually also recognize him?
Okay. Never mind. Don't roll. Yes, you guys know this guy. he was
Oh.
in the archery competition. I don't know why you keep rolling zeros, despite.
What the hell? Hold on, let me just.
You're lucky that I went back on making you guys roll. But for those of
Hold
you
on, wait
who
a
are
sec-
in the capital, this guy was in the archery competition.
Why is he doing that? Hold on, be right back. I'm just going to see if I could just,
But
Let me
as I
reload
was,
your sheet.
Yeah, I am using my sheet, and is there like something
as-
off?
Reload it.
Yeah, I'm rerolling. Wait, just exit out and come back in. Maybe that will fix it.
I'm
Did I press it?
tech issues aside, as I was saying, this guy, you guys would recognize from the archery contest. And his name is Brothor. He's the old guy who was like on a cane there and kept getting bullseyes without having to cheat. You remember that?
Oh,
Yep.
First session?
hey, Brothor. See you doing well.
Hey! You guys
There we go.
You guys are the young uns from the archery competition, aren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
we were.
Huh.
So, what is his name again?
Brothor.
Brothor.
Let me as soon as my Roll20 stops having issues, I will set player permissions to see so you can see his name.
Okay, you see his name.
Brothor.
Yeah.
Did you overhear our conversation about the dealing between?
Yeah. I heard you young uns talking, yeah.
So, can you swear on your oath as captain and not go after the humans who are leaving the city?
Technically, I'm a retired captain, so I have...
But you still have authority over.
They've... everyone... the guards kind of nod, and it's kind of uncanny. You kind of hear... Like, you almost hear, like, you can kind of almost hear dozens of faces behind the wall also nodding, just, like, in unison.
That's good enough.
Yeah, they kind of elected me as their new governor. And it was just like, elected? What the hell are you talking about, Brothor?
Ruxoth just laughs out.
Even your own people didn't like you.
Oh, shut up, you bird!
Ruxoth just talks on here. Now, be nice.
Now, Ruxoth.
Yes.
What? You see, he, like, very clearly just, like, kind of, like, puts his cane behind one of the walls.
Oh.
I forgot my cane over by those trees over to the west over there. You mind go grabbing that for me? Bring your Drake, too.
I could get it for you.
No!
I kind of let the dice decide this, but do I need to roll what do I need to roll to actually fall for it?
Perception, I'm gonna say.
Perception.
To see the cane, or are you trying to get his motivation?
Well,
I mean, you get to get hit. It says actually no, insight. Sorry.
Oh, insight.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Corin. If you roll lower than a 12, we'll go with the 12 since that's my fault for
10.
You have more for perception than so. You got a 12. You know enough. You saw him put his cane behind the wall since you're like in front of him. You know that that's not the case. You get the idea
Ruxoth's
that
going
he
to
wants
flex his
you
claws out and put his claws onto the former governor's neck. Guessing this guy did something to piss you all off as well.
Well, that's putting it lightly.
Alright, Governor, what you did this time.
Hey, don't look at me, look at them! They're the ones who sold them! They gave me up to the humans! You do what now?
I dig my claws to his throat a bit more.
They sold me to the humans. They were trying to barter passage out of the city.
They must have a good reason. He looks out to Brarfar. Mind filling us in?
He was going to burn down the city. And he wanted us to bring in the soldiers, slaughter everyone, and blame the local militia for the whole revolt thing. So please, do me a favor. Go, be a kind young man, and go grab my cane.
Does you, Nick, actually hear this?
Yeah, you guys can hear this. And you...
Go grab it.
Yundek, give me a perception. Give me an insight. Give me an insight check, Yundek, before you do that. Yep, insight.
Okay, hold on. Oh, shoot. Sorry, just make it.
Yep.
Insight check?
Yep.
Could I also insight?
Yeah, if you all want to, yes, you can insight check this guy.
It feels obvious, but I think I can roll.
Yeah, if you think it's obvious, you don't have to.
Yeah, nope. I got a 7.
Alright.
Roll puts a hand on your next shoulder, like your shoulders. Don't do it. Just don't.
Yeah, okay.
Let's see here.
I still have my hand on his throat.
Yeah, you guys are fine where you are.
Yep.
Bro. Yeah, Corin, you with 19, you both you and Rolt are very aware that Brothor doesn't really care about a cane. He just wants Ruxoth to get out of the way. Basically.
Yeah. Roll just speaking like, can you come over here for a moment? So he gestures the Ruxoth, like, just for a moment. Let the adults speak.
So he's going to speak out.
I'm stupid. I just figured out what's happening.
Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't take much to realize you want this guy dead.
Yes. And we'd prefer to do it ourselves, if you mind stepping out of the way.
Ruxoth thinks about what he was offered. And, Brofar, how much gold do you have?
Hell, the gold. We were trying to save what was left of the treasury to help rebuild, or maybe settle the people somewhere else.
If you give me like 100 gold coins, I will take that gold coin and give it to the leader of a human, so as they can have a better chance, traveling safely to their new homes. Then you guys can do whatever you want to this scumbag.
They're like,
as long as you also
stay right there, young.
Yeah, let the humans go.
Yes, you hear like
that's kind of the big thing that we need is the humans to be able to go free.
Yes.
Yeah. So you hear like some heated debate in the little barracks here, and after a while, you see like not 1, not 2, not 3, but 10 bags full of gold are dropped on this cart here.
Is that 100 gold worth or more?
Each bag has 100 gold pieces in it, young'un.
Oh, that's
You,
very
do I
generous.
have your word that every piece of this will get to the humans?
Indeed. And I guess you already know what happened to the capital. Correct?
Yes.
I'm
I
surprised
just barely
for-
got out of there.
Well, I
As soon
hope
as
you
I
guys
got
have-
home, that's when all this shit happened. I was
Alright.
How did you get out of
Rufar
there?
calls over to Jundak and Rolthar to come get the bags.
Alright.
Guys, come over here.
the governor is just like on the ground begging, like, please, please, don't let them
You
kill
have
me.
Okay, and just because he's actually starting to get a little annoyed, Unek is actually going to punch him into the ground. Just be quiet.
You
Are
brought
you
this on
rolling to
yourself,
like
man.
damage
Punch him in
him
the gut.
or just like to get him down?
I think just more to shut him up.
Oh, so you
Shut
just
him
like
up, really.
hit him across the face and he just like falls to the ground. He's
Yep.
just like in the fetal position now, just like crying.
Rufus gets a very Chester-like cat grin. Bravo, may I suggest something? Death is too good for him. So
What?
I think death is would be such a quick escape from his punishment.
What do you have in mind? I just had
Well,
fireball.
just pretty much, you just paid us 500 gold coins. Let him pay it off. He points to the governor. Let him work off the debt.
That
Whatever
sounds
seems
Right,
fit.
now
fair
it's-
enough.
Besides, the enemies can
But
always,
sir,
yeah, the enemies
we already
can
issued-
attack the.
He just silences one of his cards. Just take the golds. Bring it to the leader of the humans.
We will.
Alright.
You have my word. Every single gold coin will go to the humans.
You guys have gathered the golds. Now, you mind? Go getting my cane for me, young'uns. Will we go bring him inside?
Of course.
All right.
Over by the trees.
All right. I guess they're not going to make him work off the debt in a
Yeah,
bad way.
the
But-
guy's an asshole.
Yep. He's going to work over to the
Yeah.
governor. You had this to. Well, I hope there's an
And
afterlife
I
for you.
kind of whisper in his ear. Yeah, you will not receive the prayers of nature.
I think he might be an atheist.
Uh,
Out of character.
Well,
We'll
Jeez.
just watch him because he
Uh,
knew exactly
or
what
no,
happened.
no. Well,
will not receive the
As,
prayers of nature.
you see, to make that worse, that's not damage. That's not
Oh.
what I was rolling for.
Well, what is?
So as you guys get out of there and you get to the trees, Rothor just turns around to what is clearly more people inside the base. He's like, "Oh, it's been distributed. Let her rip!" And then, as he says that, you just see several, like 100. Well, it's 130. 130 of these orangish red beads thrown over the wall, and as they get about halfway to the governor, they turn into a fireball, and 130 fireballs over the course of like 2 minutes impacts this area by the governor. And when it is all said and done, after the boom, 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 boom of all the fireballs, there's just this massive crater where the governor used to be. And there's still like
Holy.
the little like flicker of flames from all the fireballs. And then
Sweet mother of nature.
Brothor just kind of like looks over and he's like, you young'uns find my cane." I found it. And he like waves his cane.
Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's
Oh,
go!
right in your hand.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that was the
jeez,
whole armory's
did you
worth.
really? Jeez, I
Ruxoth's
think
got...
it may have been a bit of a waste. I mean, I think that may have opened a gateway to the elemental plane of fire. Well, how much you just used.
Okay. Wow.
You can never be too sure. Because now there's nothing to come back.
Yeah.
Hey,
Honestly,
if you guys can come forward a bit more without burning yourselves, I can explain that a bit more, young
Oh,
uns. Yeah, like why we did that and why we used so many.
do tell.
How
Yes.
old
Well-
does this look, by the way?
We were storing those fireballs for the army. We were going to issue those out to the soldiers on their way to Felheim after the king issued his whole war against the world proclamation. And if we hadn't used those on him, they probably would have been taken by the soldiers and used on somebody else. Probably humans along the way. So, in the spirit of letting things be, he kind of chuckles to himself at that. I thought it best to use it on that asshole instead of let it be used on other people. That makes sense?
Quick question, Brofor.
I mean, that's certainly one way to use it, but you also could have stored them because, the people that, attack the capital are done.
Well, the leader of the Doriana told you guys that they had seen an army passing by recently. So the army is not done.
Yeah, they just
remember
passed
from
by.
if you remember the speech from first session, the king mentioned that he had already sent out the army away from the capital as all that was going down, like before that all went down.
So
they had been ordered to go away as like literally like moments before everything went down. So a lot of them were caught outside and then seeing the Skyhaven fall. Most of them were just like, nope, and realized that they just needed to run.
Yeah, Ruxoth.
I wasn't talking about that army. I was talking about the army that destroyed the capital.
Yeah.
The army, the infection.
Oh yeah, they're still around too.
Yeah. Ruxoth's going to ask.
Maybe you should have saved those for the army of the infection.
To use against them. And what's this infection you're talking about?
Ruxoth keeps face palming.
A third party.
Corin, not everyone's going to know this. They're going to think you're a crazy person, crazy bird. But, bro, I got a quick question for you.
It's better for them to know and be prepared than them not getting.
Yes,
prepared and,
we don't know much about the infection as well.
Brothor is just like, well, you do sound pretty crazy, but I just ordered 130 people to throw fireballs at a single person. So I think we're both kind of crazy. So why don't you tell me a bit more about whatever the hell this is you're spouting on about?
Can I ask your Brothor something first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, first off, are you still loyal to King Folbar?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm loyal to the people here. And that's it.
Okay. Secondly, do you know a group called the Protectors? It's something like the King Folbar would know, or something. Like they're like a secret organization. Do you or anyone would know about them?
I know that the goblins by here that have been raiding claim to have been what their boss claims to have been a part of the Protectors. I know that there's been some strange happenings in the cave system by here, but that's all I've heard.
Is the cave system where the goblins are?
Usually goblins are in caves, so I'd assume so.
I'll take that to be our next objection then.
After we deliver this gold first, okay? But last thing. You wouldn't know where King Fulbar would flee to. Like, any rumors about a safe house or somewhere in the surface world?
Give me a persuasion. Persuasion.
Oh, he does know. Perception.
That doesn't necessarily mean he does. It just means like he's deciding whether or not to tell people he's known for like very little amount of time.
13.
13.
That's a flat 13. I have no modifier to charisma.
If I were him, which I'm not, the safest place to be would probably be in the southwest. Farthest away from any other kingdom.
Southwest on the surface?
Yeah, southwest on the surface. That, or he might have gone to New Lavse in the Underdark. But
Rufus' face turns pale. Crap.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm just a humble captain of the guards.
Still, it's possibly the best. It helps, definitely. It definitely helps. At least we know some possible ways where he's gone. But again,
so your two options are like the southwest on the surface or New Lavse in the Underdark.
Okay. I thank you, Captain Rothor. Or perhaps you would
What you mean, Governor Brothor?
I was going to actually say that, yes. Yeah. Or perhaps do you prefer Governor Rothor?
Yeah, let's just stick with Brothor.
Very well.
Brothor, I wish you and your people have a long and the start of a good life. He kind of he bows down, showing politeness.
Same to you.
All right, let's go find the human resistance leader and bring them the gold. Before we go. What?
Yep, Dorian.
Dorian.
And with the execution by fireball of the governor, and
more like a shotgun of fireball. I don't even remember that.
I mean, they literally had like they handed out a fireball to literally everyone that's been gathered into the barracks, like even the children too, and just had them hurl it over.
Jesus Christ!
So yeah, I guess shotgun of. That's more like a full auto shotgun.
More like a blunderbuss on nitro.
Yeah.
One way to go.
Yeah, that is one way.
Let's go find her and give her the 500 gold coins.
Yep.
Who knows? Maybe he's.
Hey, what about the giving the warning and such?
Oh, you're back, Horn.
Got back.
We got some information about whereabouts of possible where King Fulbar is.
Yeah,
I heard everything. I was talking about just warning him about the army, the infection, and such.
You mentioned that a few times.
Yeah, report sounds over. Governor Barfor, look out for anyone who has unusual glowing red eyes. If you see someone who has those kind of eyes, don't trust them. Don't tell them anything.
Of course. That's totally normal advice. And everyone just kind of like... You can see the two guards there are like exchanging glances. Kind of looking into what must be like a crowd behind the palisade. And like, yeah, that sounds good. Why don't you deliver that gold and...
we will do so.
Your protector's thingy.
All right.
Right.
Thank you,
Farewell.
Governor
That would
Profor.
definitely be helpful, and
And
if we're in the area and you need help, just let us know.
oh,
Yeah,
and
we'll help if we can.
well, I guess Corin's the only one who stayed here. Corin, can you hear me? Corin,
Hear you.
catch.
And you
And he throws to you one of the orangish red beads, and
Egg
it
of
kind of lands.
fireballs?
Yeah, one of the fireballs, and it kind of lands at your feet. It doesn't turn into a fireball. It just kind of lands harmlessly at your feet. That should help you a bit with the goblins.
Thanks.
Tell Grothbach Brothor says hello.
That you mean that you say hello? Yeah, tell him that you say hello?
Yes, tell Grothbach that Brothor says hello. That's what I
We
said.
will.
Be sure to get... I smile and I pick up the kind of pocket the bead. I'll be sure to send him your regards.
And then he just kind of gives you a salute as he kind of hobbles back into the fort. Or the
I'll give him
barracks.
a salute back. And, run to catch up with the group.
Yep. Well, that... Okay, we're all agreed. Goes to the Dora?
What do I...
Doriana.
Doriana, yes, let's go to her directly. She says, where's she use?
She said she was at Fort Riverwatch.
Fort
And I guess
Riverwatch.
after you talk to her, it's probably where I'm going to end the session here. Just
All
as a
right.
heads up. And I didn't, for some reason, it looks like I did not have that map done yet. So just give me 1 second. It's just more of like copy-paste thing. So just give me 2 seconds.
All right.
Well, like, I had made the map. It's just I haven't actually like putting it up yet. Is the thing. Fort Riverwatch. There we go.
Honestly, I think Sound will do good by Brothor's guidance.
In all honesty, as I'm like preparing this map, I'm surprised you guys were able to talk your way out of like basically all of the fights.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Second from a goblin.
One we didn't really talk out of it. We more delayed.
Yes.
We had to goblin fights anyway.
I'm surprised I managed to pull off a lot of risky things. I'm not even the bard.
Yeah.
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 put scary
Bead
for a
of
bit.
fireball is what you're adding. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Let's give her the good news.
Yep. Just let me copy you guys over, and you guys will give her the good news. Let me copy you guys over to that page. And let me rename it so Nick knows what map it is. Riverwatch Fort. And let me get her over there. Otherwise, your thing is going to be pretty useless for you being there. Alright. 1 second. Didn't think you guys would get this far because I thought there would be combat. But you guys got your way out of it believably. So there wasn't. Alright. Nick. Riverwatch Fort map. As you guys as you guys kind of approach this fort, it's very like an old, kind of like rundown stone brick kind of fort, and kind of greeting you outside of the great gates is Doriana. So, how'd it go? Are you gonna?
well,
We
Well-
negotiated peace. We gave them the governor. They pelted him with about, let's say, about 130 fireballs.
I like how I rolled just a nice round number like that. So it's yeah.
You must have clearly heard that from all the way from here.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. I thought maybe they decided to refuse your peace negotiation.
No, apparently
Apparently,
they hate
humans have a bit more in common than you think.
they
Yeah,
hated
You
the
and
other.
in fact,
hated that guy's guts.
in fact, we managed to give you these. He gestured bags of gold.
He gave us gold?
The
Governor
new governor.
Brothar is the
Oh,
new governor. 500 gold coins for you guys to use on your travel.
well, I mean, they made Brothor the governor?
Yeah,
Is
they like
that a
him
problem?
And
Apparently, they like. I mean, limited knowledge I know of the man. Apparently, he's a pretty good man.
well, with that information, would you guys mind talking to him again? Bit? Maybe in the future?
About what?
Yeah.
Well, you see, this might be grasping at straws, but maybe, look, a lot of our people are just women and children here.
None of you are good fighters.
Yeah, we just have a few fighters. I'm really the only semi-decent one, mainly because I've liberated some ancestral weapons from the previous governor. But if Brothor is in charge, he's always been nice to all of us. Maybe you could convince him to let some of us stay here as free
Equals?
Yes.
That's something.
I mean,
We were just over there.
I'm trying to negotiate that.
I think you
And
should come
honestly,
with us for that.
Honestly, I think you could easily do it yourself, really. Maybe.
And maybe I will.
I mean, we could come with you and direct communication between you guys, and I mean,
Hey,
this
boys!
could potentially be the
Boys!
start of something.
Boys, prepare a flag of truce, eh? If what you say is true, I think Brothor will respect a flag of truce.
I mean,
Yeah, pretty much
he
this.
seems to like us.
If
And he
look,
gave me one of these, and I kind of show her the fireball orb.
she just kind of smiles at that. Well, tell you what.
I gave it to me to give for his regards to the goblins.
Well, I mean, we did work with the goblins, but I wouldn't be particularly sad to see them go. Grothbach is.
They're a bunch of, goblins
Well,
trying to beat
Yeah.
kobolds.
Yeah. Well, what I was going
apparently,
to say.
apparently, we're having to solve a lot of your a-hole problems.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with this.
Well, as I was gonna say, if you wait here, or if you are in the city a few days, if we can convince Brothor to let us at least have our women and children stay here, those who want to, if we can convince him to let them stay here, we won't really need this gold. And you've helped us.
They were kind of a bit upset about giving this amount. I only asked for 100 gold for you guys' travel, but Brothor gave us 500 gold for it.
That
Because he
give
really
you
wants
guys.
to pacify the coming murder.
well,
Execution.
why don't you tell you what? If we can, I'm pretty sure Brothor will let us stay. If I'm assuming he will. If you want this fort, it's yours, and you can keep the gold too. But
We already got plenty of gold on our hands.
Yeah.
I think
Roll
you
for
should.
Well-
cred. Empty pockets.
yeah.
Okay, maybe we could give
He
this
doesn't
some.
say anything. He's just like,
Well, how about this?
I mean, we're still happy to help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, if you
I'm pretty
guys
sure I
are...
speak for all of us and want to say we want to try and make sure that things are resolved with as little blood as possible.
Tell
As
you
little
what,
innocent
then.
blood as possible.
In a few days, maybe the stores will open and maybe you can... Oh, you can probably buy some stuff here, but if you're really turning down the gold, we could probably use that to rebuild and get the town working again. I don't know if
That would
you've,
be a great idea.
I don't know if you visited the docks, but that's been trashed. Mostly by the
We
goblins.
haven't made our way to the docks yet. We've been mainly focused on making sure that nobody died.
In fact, there's something I need to ask you. Pretty much during our escape from the capital, there are some civilians with us. And
Yeah.
pretty much, I'm not going to say this, but you can probably understand what they are. You know, like from the capital.
Elves and drow, racists.
Yes, but they're probably seeing the horrors and they thinking this might be like this is your guys' punishment for like what you did to the humans. They might change their ways to see you guys as equal. So give them the chance.
I mean,
They need a place to
this
stay
could possibly be
safe.
a golden opportunity to start mending that tear, so that humans can live in peace with elves.
Well, let it never be said that the River Rose family ever found enemies where they need not exist. We'll welcome these people, and we'll see how it goes.
And given the fact, DM, quick question.
Yep.
Quick question. She giving us this fort?
Yeah, she's gonna give you this fort, because I was...
Holy shit! Just a few seconds in, we got a fort!
It's-
Vox Machina, everyone!
Yeah,
You see,
yeah, my sister is borrowing, like, Amazon Prime Video from a friend, and I, like, recently figured out that Vox Machina was on there, the animated series. So I literally
I
started watching that today. So that's
It's a
why,
good show.
yeah, that's why the session is had a little bit less prep time than, a little less
Holy
prep than I should
shit!
have. Because I had literally, I'd watched like the first 3 episodes today. Yeah, but as I say, she's giving you this fort.
Not sponsored by Fox Knockout, but we could be.
Yeah, we're not.
Rufo is going to ask, who's Vox Machina?
I think that was out of character, wasn't it?
Yeah, out of
That was out of
character.
character.
Okay.
Yeah. But as I was saying, kind of also out of character, she's giving you this fort. I was gonna have it be kind of as your like home base, along with this town. You will have access to the open world, explore wherever you want, but I'll explain that a bit more after Doriana shows you inside. Come on. I'll show you around.
All right.
And then she leads you inside. There's more than just these 4 humans. There's probably like in this tiny little fort, there's maybe like 3 dozen humans that have all been kind of gathered up here. The 4 that you see on the map are really the only 4 that are armed and like fighters. Everyone else is kind of like women, children, or wounded. And she's
Rufo
like,
is going to look at Corin. Corin, do your stuff. Like healing magic.
oh, they're it's more of like sick and minor wounds.
Oh, I could probably help with that.
Yeah,
I still have that spell.
it's true.
Oh, no, I'm keeping that spell.
Okay,
Casting it!
Detect poison and disease.
Well, it only detects, it doesn't cure it.
I know. Finding out what is it, we could find medicine, herbal plants to cure
It's just more it's like a local like almost like cold. It's called river rot. It's just more of like kind of like build up in the lungs from some magical waterborne illness. 10, it's not great. Like, most of the time it doesn't lead to death. It's generally cured by some general herbs, but none of these people seem to be like too afflicted by it.
Yeah, you see Rufar holding up a yield leaf, and his eyes turned green, like forest green. You know, like
Yeah.
It's just like I see. I know what you guys are sick with. There should be a herbal plant within the forest around here.
Yep, there'd be herbal plants. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just need to make it into tea, I believe, and drink it once a day for a week, and it should make you guys feel a lot better. Huh. One of my Marvelous lessons actually helped.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. If Brothor is the governor, we can probably send people out to gather those. You guys don't have to do that.
Probably do that after we take care of the goblin problems
yeah.
first.
Goblin.
They seem to be using the forest as cover as well, and they might ambush you guys.
That is true. Look. So this is Fort River Watch. Very unfurnished right now and full of people. So let me just give you a general tour, which is just going to be me pointing out the general rooms. So this room over here, I believe it must have been like the garrison commander's quarters at some point. It's just a nice square room with a window kind of overlooking the river. Maybe you guys could probably set some beds up in there and use it as your quarters or something.
Good idea.
Let's see here, and then over here is more of the general quarters. I think this is where they used to house the soldiers that were stationed here. And Rolt, you there?
Yes.
Could you give me a history check?
I can do that for you.
I'm sorry. I promise this is the last one this session.
Look, I need to do history checks. It's like the only thing he can really do at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
does he
sorry
have-
about that. Everyone,
Is he
you guys,
efficient with any smithing tools by any chance? Because I think it might be important to him down the road.
let's see here. So 12. So far, like what she said, like kind of matches up with what this fort was used for. Like, Rolt wouldn't know exactly like the layout of this fort. Like it was around, like when he was an actual captain, or like had people serving under him. He might have been here like once or twice. And
I actually have some proficiency in history, so I could know something about this fort.
You could probably help him to piece together his past, but
yeah, let's continue with this though and get this wrapped up. And all right, so this general general barracks. I think sometimes they might have stored things there, maybe. But I know this room here, this tower, is used as storage and a lookout. Ignore the rubbish in the center of the room. And when she shows you guys that room, there's like clothes and just general rubbish gathered in the center of it. They did have a farm here to grow their own food. I don't know how important that'll be for you, but
that might be for Corin, since he's a druid.
yeah, I mean it might save you some gold on food on your travels.
Food, or make some or grow herbs there.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be learning some spells to locate certain plants and animals in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's your own little bit of farmland. And if you follow me, the most important room, we haven't gotten to use it too much. This is the portal tower.
Portal tower?
Yes. Rolt, I'm going to say you don't have to roll a history for this. You'd know about this. the portal tower. Before the Demon War, you would have heard stories about things like this. They kind of used to be a way for people to travel from one end of the kingdom to the other in seconds in order to kind of relay messages, send people to and from. But as the portal in the old capital of Lavender Grove fell to the demons, these portals became more unreliable and generally fell out of use. And that's why no one's used them in the past 500 years. I guess you wouldn't know that bit, but you'd know what these are, and that they're the general portal system between different points in the kingdom.
Right, he'd probably just kind of rattle off a little bit he does know about it while looking it over. I'm assuming there probably was one back where he was, but it kind of didn't get
Yeah,
included.
there was one. I think maybe he might have tried to send people there to try and get them out of the city, but whether anyone got there in time to not be massacred, he wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But
this
um,
would be helpful.
yes, I don't know if there's any other active portals anywhere, but we do have these few stones here in the room. If you here, let's see here, Yundak,
Yeah?
why don't take the stone for me, will you? And she hands you this this kind of green glowing stone. Take it from me, will you?
Would I recognize that stone?
No.
I pretty much give him my history. Since her mother is, is a dragon, would I recognize this as a magical item or something like?
It's very
I think
clearly
we're
magical.
all pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavily implied that this is magical.
Yeah, like is it like valuable, like
yeah.
something a dragon would have?
No. No, a dragon could probably just fly from one end of the continent to the other. So
this is a.
Yeah. This is.
So it's not.
Well, she's gonna try and show you what this does by having Yundak be a guinea pig. Let me message you what this does, because you know what it does.
I thought it was a message stone.
Is this let her use him as a guinea pig and watch kind of thing, or I should probably stop this sort of thing?
This is she's using him as a guinea pig, and
Okay, to demonstrate what it does.
Yeah.
I messaged you what it does. So if you want to stop her from giving it to him, you can go ahead. You can decide if it's worth it. So she's trying to hand you this green stone.
Yundak is going to arcane check the stone.
I mean, it's magical. Do I
understand what it does? Arcane check?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
I could probably use a perception check, because if I recognize this upon something his mother would have in her hoard.
Sure, I'll let you do that.
Okay, nope, I got a 5.
Alright, so you have no idea what it does. She's still offering it to you. Like, Yundak, you're kind of ruining my demonstration here.
Fine. And Yundak holds on to the stone.
Right, so just hold your breath.
And squeeze it for me. And
Yundak stares at the stone and squeezes it.
So you just kind of give it a little squeeze, and just like a of energy, and you disappear, and just a few seconds later you appear in the center of the portal. And she kind of turns around and is like, "See, that wasn't too bad, was it?" And Yundak,
Ruxoth blinks.
to describe that for you, what you just felt like you were thrown in a freezer of like -50, and then just tossed back into reality. So it's just like you were like a nice like chill, and then you were there.
Oh, I think I know. If a player would know, Ruxoth would know, but I think that stone is a shortcut back to here. But it crosses through the celestial plane, doesn't it?
Something like that, I guess. I mean,
That was Elf character. I was explaining.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's basically like a teleport back to the fort.
Rufo is going to ask Dorian, is there more of these stones? Or is it like a radius?
There's like a dozen of these just in this tower, dude. Is what she says.
Oh, wow, that's a lot.
Well, she doesn't say dude, but she's like, there's a dozen in here.
Yeah, I can.
There's a dozen in here, so you could probably give out some to your friends. There's a dozen in here. Maybe some of the other forts, other areas might have some. Generally, I think most of the forts on any modern day map are the old forts since before the Demon War, so they're bound to have portals like these. So,
how do we work these portals? Because he looks at Jundag and Korn like, does this require a high spell casting to teleport to the other portals, or?
I'm trying to figure out the portal thing.
Because this sounds like some sort of wizard or possibly an artificer would know how to work.
Well, as far as my understanding of it goes, granted it's been 23 generations since my family has like made this fort our home. As far as I know, there has to be another portal open on the other end, and you just say where you want to go.
So we need to link them.
Yes.
First, do we need to? I don't know. Actually, one of my aunts told me that we need to know certain markings on the to link them or write them down like a teleportation circle.
She just told you all you need to know is like the name of the place and have the portal activated on the other end.
Yeah. Is there like a safe way to prevent invaders from using this?
And she just kind of walks over, and then there's like this lever, and then she pulls it down, and then the light of this portal just turns off. You can always do that.
Oh,
cool.
Don't do it when someone's in the middle of teleporting, though. It's messy.
Yes.
They would most likely rebound back to their original spot.
Doing it.
No, that they would not go back to their original spot.
Oh, does it just be stuck in limbo or something?
No,
in between.
Let me. I'm gonna tell Rolt what happens, since he would probably be familiar with it and have heard stories about this.
I've possibly also heard stories about this because one Jundag is actually a reader.
Okay, give me a you know a lot of history. Give me a history check.
You mean?
Yeah, I'd say you've probably read enough obscure stuff to know what would happen.
Okay, 15.
All right. I've messaged Rolt, and I'm gonna message you two, Yundak. So both of you know what happens.
There we go. I'll use this one.
Oh.
Yeah. Does either of you want to share that with the group?
Yeah.
What happened?
I just sent a gift.
Well, let's just say one hub stays in the original location. The other arrives to the location intended.
Yeah. Basically, look at the meme Rolt posted, and that's what happens to the person.
Huh?
Just half of it goes to where they're trying to teleport to, and the other half stays where they were.
So only do
Like-
that to enemies.
Or people
Rufo
you don't
puts
like.
together is like,
What I
oh,
said, enemies.
that could happen to us.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
then we better have a very trustworthy guard here at all times.
Yeah. So I would make sure that you only go to places that you know are going to be secure.
Yeah.
Use this as a emergency only. Gotcha.
I mean, it's a nice way of traveling
Or once
fast.
we
but-
know-
yeah. If
It's
you
also
know,
Yeah. Or once
I
we
mean,
know,
once you know
that
an
a
area
way is
secure, yeah.
open.
yeah.
Gotcha.
'Cause, I mean, out of character, this is the fast travel system I mentioned, but you will
Oh,
you will have to travel to a place, find out how to activate the portal in that city or town or fort or what have you, in order to activate it and be able to travel to and from. And it'll be different in each place. It might be like something simple as just being like flipping a lever like she did, or like solving a puzzle, or doing some favor for somebody who knows how to turn it on. Something like that. Like, just to give you an idea of what's to come.
Oh, I just remembered something, and your deck actually looks at Dorana. Why did you tell us that they sold the last governor to you?
It never came up.
It could have been a little bit important if you actually told us that they sold him.
Well,
to
would
you.
you have would you have rather I hung him up in the square of throwing a fireball at him myself?
honestly, I think it was
No,
much more
I
funny
mean,
what we
the
saw.
130 fireballs is definitely much more impressive than the single one.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 5.
See, what you
Yeah, but
have to
5
do is
is not
feed them to
130.
someone, then activate.
There is no body.
It's
Literally
pretty
no
much
body.
unless you want to give up.
his soul.
Alright, it's canon. Governor Rivers' soul has been just like destroyed by all those fireballs. That's no.
Or is in
I'm
the,
not even going to ask you. Yeah, I'm not.
Like,
Yeah,
I think his soul may still be on fire.
yeah,
Just
probably he's in hell
fire
right now, being constantly on fire, and all the devils are just looking at him like, I'm on fire! Like, you didn't do it. Ah!
We didn't do this one.
He keeps on going on fire. We can't put him out.
Put him in the
Right.
fireplace.
Let's see. I think Nick Jr. is the only one who would have been able to see this before I changed it. But these guys used to be human bandits, is what I'd title them. But now that they're everything that's going on, I'm just calling them human militia because they're not really like raiding or trying to kill anyone anymore. But didn't mean to.
You know,
interrupt you
We
guys.
have established peace.
Yes, you have established
We got
peace
the
between
space.
these two warring groups.
We got a base as well, a player base, so damn soon, and we got a almost access to fast travel.
Yes, you will have to
We
reach
have
somewhere
access
else.
to fast
Yeah,
travel. We
you
just
have-
need to access new areas with fast travel.
yeah. You have
I
to.
mean, if we, I could probably talk this in character, but holy shit, are we wrapping up right now?
Yeah, this is pretty much the wrap. up.
Can I say one thing? Ruxoth goes out to Lady Doriana and said, "Thank you. I mean, this is not what I expected to happen today, but holy, yeah, but thank you." He just, like, I know that I didn't kill him, but you don't need to pay me for that little, hit you suggested.
Just,
But Rupar just, extend his hand out and kind of gives a worried smile, like, and you, madame, are the best friend I would ever have. Kind of looking around, making sure no one's looking.
you're the best friend that you ever had, is what You're telling her?
Yes, you know, just in case,
You
if she's watching.
I'm like,
Ah,
she's
friend
very
telling
far
her.
away, but I'm
I
half
know.
tempted to say you just hear like a dragon screech in the distance. At
What I
that.
said,
I know.
her.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know if she's back in her lair and
Yeah,
using her
she's probably
scribe
back in her
or.
lair, so she has no idea.
Okay, just in case. Rupert's
Yeah.
just making sure she doesn't become like.
Jealous, kill everyone, and ruin everything you've just done.
Yeah, jealous dragon. Don't want.
Yeah. Well,
So he just does that to he doesn't know if she is like that, but just safe and sorry.
yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoy the fort. I mean, I would
We
have kept it
will.
for. I would have kept it for myself, but it's a little lonely to have this much space to just one person. You know what I mean?
Plus, understandable. And
Yeah, makes sense.
is there like a basement to this fort? Or
Tell you what. I will make one. Out of character, I
nice.
will make one. I need to figure
Because
out where the where the entryway to said basement is, but I will
well,
make you a
if there's
basement.
like a kitchen, if I would say here, like if
Yeah.
there's like a kitchen area or smithing or something like that, it could be just be
Yeah.
under there.
Yeah, I originally said, yeah, this was probably a smithing area, but, well, this is just where, like, a fireplace is, so it's not necessarily, like...
Yeah, I'm just thinking, there's probably layers to this floor, like
Yeah.
the ground floor, upper floor, and the basement. Like,
Yeah, I'll make that for you guys, eventually.
yeah, we could probably, I did message you this, but are we done? Are we done
Yes.
recording right now?
No, I've not ended, so,
All right,
bye, everyone.
yeah.
In the
See
recording.
ya, everybody.
See y'all next
everyone.
week.
Yep.
See you next time.
See you next time.
We'll have other players here.
Yep,
They're going to
hopefully.
be extremely happy about this.
Hopefully.
Remember, fireballs
Hopefully.
are always the answer to a-holes.
Fireball is always the answer to a-holes. Important lesson.
I need to ask them how they make those fireball beads.
Alright, and done.